Greetings and welcome to Office Hours with Dr. G. I am your host, Dr. G. And of course, you know I am pleased and delighted that you have decided to tune in.
That's me.
On this day when a lot of folks are celebrating what is called the 4th of July. But tonight, my sister from another mother, my big sis, and I, Cynthia Martin L., who is the chairman of the board of the House of Reawakened Minds, and myself, we decided to come on and tell you what we think of today, and not just today, but in general. We just want to have a fireside chat, which we are calling the 4th of July show. Yeah, you heard it right. 4th of July. So you know Cynthia, you know me. We just gonna rock it out till the music finishes. But I want to welcome back to the show. Like I said, she's no stranger, and she's the chairman of the board, Cynthia Martin L. Welcome, sis.
Hey.
How you doing?
Great. Excited to be here tonight. Yeah.
Yes. So we got a little music. We didn't have a lot of intro and so forth to read or so forth. But we're gonna have an interesting chit chat today, right? And I hope those who are not out celebrating and salivating will be able to, get with us and what we're going to be talking about tonight. But thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here, because you are a entrepreneur and multifaceted woman of the world, and then on top of that, to take on the chairmanship role of the House of Reawakening Minds. And you know how much I love you dearly, and I'm just grateful for the sisters that have, the ones of you who have just given give your all, just like you do. I'm not sure what I can't see like the comment section of the thing today. Hey there. Okay, yeah, I see some folks are loved in. It's just that sometimes this screen gets a little wonky. Let me see if I can minimize it so I can see. Okay. Hey y'all, yeah, why don't y'all hit that like, share,
yes,
subscribe if you have not already. Let somebody know that we are on and we're gonna be talking good stuff. I get ready to say that word, Cynthia, because you know how we are. We get that. We get sometimes we get to talking and hey. Yeah.
Yep.
We called today the 4th of July show.
Yeah.
And there are so many lies. There is so much deception and stuff that's out there that that's lied about. But we just have a lot. I think we're going to talk about a variety of things, because when we get to talking in general, it's almost like we wish we had the we wish that we could have a recording going on at the time, because so much great stuff comes out of the conversation. And you know how many conversations we had when we think, darn, we should have recorded.
Yeah, that's what happened today. We were just going off, and it was like, hey, people need to hear this today, if nothing else. We just got really good. Yeah.
Yes. So first of all, I'm happy to be looking somewhat like I got good sense after my surgery now almost a month ago. Gosh, time flies.
Girl, you look good.
4 days. Look, I'm sweating like I'm in a sauna.
Oh my God, girl, wipe that sweat off. Let's go. Yeah.
Like Hebrew slave and I don't have personal summers, but it's hot. It is warm. It's warm, y'all. It's not one of them things. And not a person. I've been too far past personal summers, Cynthia. If I was going to have them, I should have had them like 30 years ago, probably. But at least 20.
Yeah.
But listen, we have a lot going on not only in the at the House of Reawakening Minds, but on a global level. So
Yes.
when we start to talk today, and chat, it's not just about what's going on at House of Reawakening Minds. It's what's going on. Period. That could be deceptive. Now, I shared with you, and I'm going to share with those of you who may not know it, but we had our Friday um, up close and personal, like our monthly the event that we're doing. Shout out to those who came, as far as Long Island, New York, St. Louis, Missouri, and places in between, New
That's
Jersey.
awesome.
Yeah, it was even Delaware. But we had a good time, and the interesting thing about this last presentation is that Grant Sheik was doing his thing, like when the folks came, he's outside picking weeds out of the cracks of the sidewalk, and so folks are coming up, and instead of him, like, being in there ready to get to teaching, he's outside, talking outside as he's cleaning the front of the building. So he said, I got to go and get cleaned up. So I decided, I always do a little intro anyway, that I would just, kind of try to get started and say a couple of things so that, we wouldn't just be sitting there kind of like, they're like, we came to see Grand Sheik and Grant Sheik. So he was gone for about a half hour. And I said, well, that's enough time, for me to, get small talk out the way and thank them,
Yeah.
find out where they came from and stuff like that. Well, 3 hours later, your sister was still standing up at the podium.
Oh
Now,
my God.
Grand Sheik did come back. Don't get me wrong; he didn't stay gone for 3 hours, but he said that when he came in, that I was doing such a good job at what I was doing. He
Keep it
sat,
going.
look, he sat down to the left of me, to the left of me in the chair, and I stood on my foot for 3 hours, and we co-taught, but mostly I taught, and he did what he called interjections. Sometimes they were like 20 minutes long, but I was sitting there going, he's not even going to offer me this chair. Like he's doing it.
Oh
But we had a good time, and the response from anybody. I don't know if anybody's in the chat that was here, but the response from those who came, they got up, they they gave little presentations, they added to, and it was almost, it made me think about what's going to happen at the end of the month when we get together. And because I let them know, we have a real major
strategic planning coming down.
Strategic planning. And so the input, they were giving their input, and they were insight and light, further light on whatever was being talked about, and it was just absolutely amazing. It was so good that I didn't even feel that I had stood for 3 hours.
Well, maybe you can give us a little bit of that tonight since you're sitting down.
Listen, I did. I did, was not my intent. I'm honest. Like I said, honestly, it was not my intent to to teach, but at first, oh, I love you too. I'm so good. I'm looking at the comments, they love me in Florida. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I probably will do, a little bit more of start doing, you and I have talked about some things that kind of like getting out and about to do some things, because we got to get this thing off the ground, particularly with the women. And it might make more sense for us to go places too, to kind of have those chats and those y'all have to apologize. No, you have to excuse the noise that you're probably gonna hear, because when it gets dark, you're probably gonna hear firecrackers and stuff like that.
That's the 4th of July.
The 4th of July celebration.
Yeah. And for all of you that have shared this particular video for tonight, call your family, your friends, your relatives, because you know where they at. They in the backyard eating hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, and barbecue, and doing the electric slide. So tell them to come in just for an hour and listen. Yeah.
They eat pork. They eat them ribs.
Electric slide.
That's right. Doing electric slide. They doing all that stuff, and then they're gonna be feeling
they free. That's the mind blowing part of it. We're free. We're independent. Okay.
Listen. Folks just don't know. I was listening. I'm shining. Folks, I was listening to people who tried to clean it up and talk about our liberties and so forth and so on. And like I said, to those that were in attendance on Friday, I said, unfortunately, I said, we have in on this continent where we are, we tend to look at other people in other places as being
Right.
under occupation. And when I say we, I'm not necessarily talking about you who know better, who are enlightened, but when you think about melanated, brown
Right.
people, in general, we have this notion that over here, because they told us that it was it the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yeah. So
They told us that, and we believe it, even
still,
though most of what we believe. And tonight, I have made some things to kind of help us with what we're going to talk about. But we believe those things that that they put on us, and basically what we've been dealing with are what it said, lies,
lies,
some
scandals,
more scandals, some
see,
deceit, and some more scandals and scandals, more
lies,
lies,
lies.
That's, and there's very little truth in what.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look closely at what they call in the truth, what do you see? Lies.
Lies.
Straight up lies, and straight up to
Yes.
this day, when people have thought long and hard that this is a day to celebrate and commemorate our freedom.
See, and what I've done in my little part that I've done, since you guys know that I am a publisher and a researcher as well, I took out 25 books that deals with all the lies. So you guys, when we're done tonight, we'll leave a little blurb at the bottom where you can, email me and I'll send you the entire book list. Okay, with authors. Okay, because we don't have enough time in the day for us to go through it, but you guys can see I got all the books here that I will be having on the book list. It's 25 of them that deals with the lies. Okay.
Right. Now, do you have the ones that the new ones that I've been using, the James W. Lee books on there?
I think I do. I have that downstairs. I should have bought that one up here, but I can add that because I was actually reading that.
In particular, look, this one says nothing is true, everything is a lie, and
everything is a lie. Everything.
This one here, that I really like from him is one world, one America, Tartarians and Moors. So when you start to delve into
I'll add those for sure. Wilmington is a good one. They just started letting us get this a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, I think I have it back here on the shelf somewhere, but I'm not going to go around Wilmington's
lies. All these facts. Let's see, dirty little secrets. Oh, and this one I have. This is a 3-book series. Immigrants in Chains, and they're not so-called Black people either, folks.
Oh yeah. Or what is that book called?
That we can give you guys, because again, until you learn how to really read and research for your own, instead of just listening and trying to figure out stuff by yourself without doing the research, it's not going to happen.
Look, here's another one good brainwashed.
I got here
Black inferiority.
Here it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, here it is. I do have Wilmington's lie. Oh, yep.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Look, y'all, we talking some stuff, that really, and if I get back here and pull out the stuff back here. Now, this book right here, Weird Secrets Inside the Canyon, Laurel Canyon, Covert Ops, and the Dark Heart of the Hippie Dream, is the lies. The lies.
Lies all of Black Wall Street. Most so-called Black people never even heard of Black Wall Street. It's a sin and a shame.
That's just what they say. That's just what they say. So we are here tonight to just have a discussion, and we want you to we want y'all to join in with us. We want you to ask questions, give comments, meaningful ones. We don't want please be respectful, because we don't want to have a block party tonight. I have them quietly now, Cynthia.
Don't.
I've graduated. Let me move this down. I have graduated from the reactionary Dr. G. When I see crazy stuff, I used to like go off and then I realized I wasn't hurting them. I was
No,
giving them attention.
no,
I was like,
you were
no,
giving your energy to
am I,
idiots.
I'm not doing
That's,
that no more. Yep.
yeah, no, we're not doing that no more.
So
But before we get started, sis, I mean, I thought, didn't you have some poem or something that you can recite tonight before we really get deep into about lies or something like that? You remember that poem of yours?
yeah, I wrote look, I'm gonna have to find that one, y'all. It's called the poem. It's called My Independence.
Yeah, yeah, that would be a great one for
I
tonight. Can you find it?
let me look. Let me look. I write things on my phone.
To
This is one of the ones that is in the forthcoming book, and not in the
hmm
one that was actually my INDEPE. And I'm looking, y'all. I can't even spell. Okay, is it in here? Oh, here it is, y'all. So I
Oh,
wrote
great. Okay, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm good. Okay, so this is I wrote this not today, okay, but when I wrote it, which was on July 4th, 2016. So we talking 7 years,
Yeah.
7 years. So it says, woke up this morning feeling a little poetic and revolutionary. I called this my Independence Day, and I subtitled it Fourth of July, where we kind of got the title
Yeah,
from.
yes.
So it said, I woke up today at 9/11, which has become a symbol for disaster and tragedy. So I
Mhm,
asked the universe, what are you saying to me? Is this a warning of something that's about to be? Should
mhm,
I sound an alarm or post an alert? Is there some crazy shit looming that my thoughts can avert? Or should I remain silent and concentrate on positive outcomes so my thoughts and inclinations won't help get fear's work done? It's amazing how often we're used as fear's whore by manipulating our thoughts and energy to generate more misery, suffering, senseless pain that merely contributes to selfish elitist gain. Such a list of staged events and worldwide disasters down through the years for the
mhm,
sole purpose of generating more and more fear. From War of the Worlds, now this is dated. So from War of the Worlds right up to Orlando, there's so
mhm.
much high level BS going on that everyone should know. Unfortunately, many are still unaware and have no clue that they're in the enemy's crosshairs. And no matter how much you present undeniable proof, they cling to the notion that they already know the truth. So on this so-called Day of Liberty, ooh, let me get this. So on this so-called Day of Liberty, I consciously create my own reality and declare my mind, thoughts, and words independent of media programming, fear, and government spies, while others oblivious enjoy the 4th of July. So that's my little. Oh, so you got something playing?
Yeah,
Let me mute you. Okay. Okay.
golly.
I think we good. I don't know what that was. It was like a. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my little 4th of July poem that I wrote 7 years ago. And as you say, at that point, the latest thing was
Mhm.
like Orlando. We could add so much, you know, we can add the the C19 and all the other stuff that has happened since then that folk have been lied to and have suffered as a result of. And one of the
Uh,
things, yeah, yeah. So one of the things that I know we talked about is
mhm.
the purpose. You first of all, I want to thank you for taking on the role or the position of chairman of the board, because for a long time I have served as the chief cook and bottle washer, and we have a board, but the board I kind of like did what I wanted to do, and I needed
Mhm.
to take a different role and
Yes.
have others to do things that in their trusted positions, and
Mhm.
I can think of no one better than you to
Oh,
take over
thank you.
the helm of the chairmanship, and even our
Mhm.
sister Deborah, who's kind of been on the periphery for a long time. Um,
Mhm.
Shout out to her recently getting her master's in forensic accounting and being
Yes, yes,
treasurer.
yes,
So,
yes.
and, just the other ones, have that are of assistance to what we're doing, whether it's directly on the board or on some kind of ancillary position. Like
Hmm.
excuse me, like our sister LaChris,
Yep.
and there's just now we are more in a position to put this in the hands of people with a vision that's
Right.
solidified, because you are a writer.
Hmm.
You understand and understand my heart
Yeah.
for what this vision has been for the House of Reawakening Minds for the last 12 years. I want to say
Yes.
12
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12 years. And, we just need to move it forward now. We need to stop, talking and get it organized so that we move forward, because this is one of the greatest organizations out here, for real, for real. And um, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to work my butt off to try to make sure that we get our objectives, our vision, everything realized. And it just takes action. But you have to have a team. Okay. No matter how brilliant your mind is, or strategy, it's teamwork that makes the dream work. Okay. So that's what we're building here. We're building a team, or a tribe, as we like to call it. So, and
Yes.
like I told you before, I said, Noble Drew Ali has passed form 120 years, and we're still out here talking. Enough.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So with
And
go ahead.
no, I was going to say, his trend, passing form, and then the organizations, I was going to say that we, and in general, not necessarily you, me, but we at some
Right.
point in our lives have put our faith into to
Hmm.
carry us to a higher level, only to find out, because we're talking about lies, that
Yes.
many of these so-called organizations and associations were actually formulated by those who had their foot on our necks and
Exactly.
continue to keep their foot on our necks, just
Hmm.
for the purpose of making us think from a distance that we now have finally achieved something. And House of Reawakening Minds is independent of,
Yes.
of that.
Independent.
No, nobody, no, they had five on the black hand side. I remember the movies on that. There's no invisible pale
Mhm.
hand that is
No.
in charge of what we do. I just saw where somebody did a YouTube video about Fenty. Um,
Oh
um,
yeah, Rihanna. Oh yeah,
mhm.
everybody's thinking she. Oh, I have this in my book, so we're gonna get to that. Yeah, and all the other so-called black companies that people think are black but are not. And don't nobody write in the chat talking about we talking about black. We are talking about black people, people that are dead in their own minds or whatever. But we
That
know the
you
difference.
got that running through there. The book you have
Yeah, black people are dead in law.
black
Yeah,
people are dead in law. I think mine is
there you
like all
go.
the way over there on the other side of the room. But you got
There it
black people
is. Yeah.
are dead.
Yeah.
So you
I
need
put
to
that.
get
I wrote that in here. Yeah. So, we'll go over that because, again, I don't think a lot of people know that. I found that out last week that Fenty was, matter of fact, remember when I did the lecture on the generational wealth and I told everybody to look up the first top three billionaires on the planet? It was that Renault guy that owns all of the luxury brands that I spoke about that owns Fenty. So,
uh-huh.
Rihanna is just the face,
He's just the
just
face.
like just like Kelly Rowland is the face of dark and lovely hair things. Whatever they put that stuff in their hair to make it straight or whatever, relaxer. Yeah.
They
So
still pushing that with all of these
yeah,
lawsuits.
all the cancer and stuff is coming out for the women that used to get those perms or whatever to straighten their hair. But you know who did that? This one. She created all that.
Who was that? Who the fuck is that?
Margaret Sanger.
Oh, she did that too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I knew her about her and Planned Parenthood and so forth, but I
Yeah,
didn't know.
oh, that was the big one. But yeah, all that chemical stuff, and now some of these women are getting brain cancer and stuff from them putting that chemical in their hair and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah, so many
yeah.
people we have suffered, and just I just remember when I used to go
Mhm.
to get my hair. I mean, almost unfortunately, many of us, more of
Mhm.
us than a few, not succumb, but actually were won over or convinced, if whatever you
Mhm.
want to say, to to perm our hair. And the big thing had been that we were unacceptable in our natural state. So
Well,
in our
it's a
yeah.
shame.
But to counter that, the interesting thing is that they created and put out on the market deliberately things that they knew they had
Hmm.
to know, that
Yeah.
these things are carcinogenic, that in other words they were poison. That now
Yes.
we know, that the skin is not just something that things lay on top of. The skin is the largest organ of the body, so anything you put on your skin is going through
It's
to
absorbed.
every
Yeah.
it's going to be
Mhm.
absorbed in. So if you're putting this at the head, on the head, then absolutely your brain is at risk, and everything else in your body is at risk. And we did it for years. Like, that's why I wrote. When I see these documentaries on hair care, I was like, they need my poem. They need my poem, Hair Cares, because in 2012 when I wrote that, I literally said that we've been victims of a chemically waged biological war. It's right in the
Yeah.
book. You
Oh
know,
yeah, on everything, on every area of our bodies, women's bodies, with the Negro Project.
our health.
Um,
Yeah.
Everything, our uteruses, our wombs, everything has been attacked. So our family structure, everything. So everything has been a lie. And look at us now. You see,
Yeah.
so we have to get
We
back.
still, yeah, so we still got folks, fighting to,
Mm,
hold on to things that were created to as a deceptive move on the part of the colonizers and those who've always sought to, it's almost as if we've been perpetual lab rats.
exactly. See, so and until people wake up, and this is what we were talking about, it's like we can't. All we can do now is plant seeds, okay, and then those who want to propagate those seeds and make it grow into something, then we're going to work with those people. We no longer have the time or the inclination to just sit back and not do anything any longer. There's no time. We're under
Right.
the eight ball. As of July 1st, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, should know that FedNow is in existence. What does that mean? Google it. Okay. So I don't
Yeah,
know if we can talk about that here.
yeah. Well, I heard about it coming on board. I don't know. Nothing has come, like, say, to me, like in the mail or anything, say from the
Mhm.
banking
Oh,
or
it
anything.
will pretty
Yeah,
soon. They just came
but
out with the app about 3 weeks ago. They didn't even have the app ready, but the app is now downloadable. I wouldn't download it if I were you, but you do what you want to do. So this is like the first phase, they said, the first phase of it. And what are we going to do as a culture of people? You know what I mean? Are we going sliding on into their way that they want to take us again? What are we going
right,
to do? So these are some of the issues that we need to come to grip with as a team. What are we going to do? You know?
right. So one of the things, Cynthia, I wanted you to talk about too, is uh, the upcoming Soulful Summer
Oh yes, yes,
and,
ma'am.
strategic planning retreat, because that is key. Um,
Yes.
some of the things that we want to talk about to counter some of these lies.
Yes, well, as my sister was just saying, that we have a soulful summer event coming up within the next 28 days, and of course, we're asking for those of you who maybe live close to Wilmington, Delaware, and those who don't. If you haven't bought your tickets and you're still on the fence, go ahead and pick those up. We'll be putting a link at the bottom where you can purchase your tickets. We'll even have a special day on Sunday. It's going to be called the Mind, Body, Spirit Retreat. And it's from 9 a.m. to 5. But sis, I wanted to talk to you about that. Maybe we need to change that to 10 to 5, only because we have that nature walk from 8 to
I
9.
actually changed it from 9 to 5 to 8 to 5, and because of the optional walk. In other words, I made it earlier so that the walkers would be there, and then 10 o'clock we make. Then by that time we're going to try to start the actual.
Okay,
Um,
okay, well,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, because
So
I was like, we're going to be out just getting in at 9.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so, okay, well, that's cool, Dan. Leave it there. Um,
But Cynthia, but when you're saying that special thing for Sunday,
mhm,
if they purchased a ticket or obtained, whatever you want to say, a
yeah,
ticket
they get
for the
that.
Sunday, that's included. What we've
Mhm.
done is made a separate just for
For
Sunday,
locals
for
and people.
local folks
Hmm.
who say, well, I don't want to come to be a part of the strategic planning. I don't know what y'all are doing Friday night, but I am interested in the mind, body, spirit aspect. of it,
Right.
and I want to get my iridology reading, or I want to, get a scan,
Yeah.
or I want to talk about some holistic options.
Whatever. Yeah.
Those
Massage,
things,
whatever.
massage,
Yeah.
those things are going to happen on Sunday. So,
Mhm.
but if you purchase the 3-day ticket,
That's
which
included.
it is included. But if you just
Mhm.
want to come, it's 25 in advance for just that day, or 30 at the door. And let's talk about,
Yeah.
we talked about this today. So, I mean, look,
Yes. Let's talk about that.
let's talk about that. Like, where are we going now? Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So
Yes.
we were talking about the fact that, y'all, this is the last year when we're gonna
Yes.
undervalue
Charge.
ourselves, and
Mhm.
by undercharging for things, because you try
Mhm.
to give people something for a very reasonable amount, and folks act
Yes.
like, we are
Can't do it
asking,
anymore.
can't do it anymore, because when we do these events, we've been including food. I think,
Mhm.
if you remember, on the last event, I literally gave away, without people having to purchase any additional tickets, or what do you call it, raffle tickets, probably
Right.
close to what, $2,000 to $3,000 worth
Yeah.
of stuff.
2 to 3,000 easy. Because
I,
one alone 750. And
yeah,
you gave out, we had about 50 some people there. So
everybody left with,
everybody left with something.
right.
So that's the finance. And
Yeah,
then plus the
the
food.
food. Yeah,
Mhm.
the food.
So it's costly. And then we've been, handling it ourselves. And because of the love that we have for our folks and wanting to give this information to people. But like I said too, and I'm gonna read something out of my book that I wrote years ago, 5 years ago to be exact, is that, we pay when it comes to modern Europeans or other cultures. We go in and we never ask them for a discount or coupon or anything. And I just had this happen to me the other day. As a matter of fact, a new client was referred to me. She came into town. She said, "Well, Miss Cynthia, I need to make an appointment." I said, "That's fine." I said, "What would you like to get done?" She said, "Bikinis. How much is it?" I said, 85. She said, "Okay." And then she came back. She goes, "Does that include legs?" I said, "No." And then I gave her the leg price was 105 for full legs and 95 for half legs. She wrote me back. She says, "Well, I really can't afford that, so I need to cancel." I said, "Great, no problem. Peace." You see? But
Yeah,
if it was another culture, she would never ask that question. You go in and pay for it. Like people stand outside in 0-degree weather waiting to buy a Nike gym shoe for $300 and $400. Okay. And they get that shoe, and then somebody else is out here with a gun waiting to take it from you and kill you for it, but it costs $5 to make. It makes no sense. And we
yeah,
don't share our finance in our communities. Yeah. $0 circulate in our community. $0, y'all. If you do your research, it circulates 10 times in the Jewish community and the Chinese communities and so forth and so on. They think we crazy. That's how come most people, when they come over here, they hate us. Because why? They've been told that we're lazy, we're worthless, we have no integrity, blah, blah, blah. And we go outside of our communities to support that. So that's why we were, talking about that, when we put on these events. And like I told my sister here, I said, "You know what? I said, I don't mind giving my 110, 20%, but I'm not going to come and do it for nothing when these people just come to sit down and what I used to call in corporate America, having a coffee clutch. We going, 'Oh, hi, how you doing? Love you, mean it.' And then get up and leave and nothing's getting done. We come again and still we don't have an objective. We don't have anything that we said we were going to do. I don't care if it's one thing. We need to get one thing done. If we can get 2 things done, great. If we can get 3 things done, awesomeness. But we
yeah,
need to start. That's what the strategic planning is coming into fruition about this coming event. We're going to sit down and we're going to do from the bottom up, because most corporations do the top down, meaning that they dictate what the strategic plan for the company is going to be. We're going to use another process where we're getting everybody involved. We're going to gather up as many ideas as we possibly can, and then we're going to drill down to what is our objective for this particular event.
right.
What do we want to do? What do we want to accomplish in 2024? And then we write that down, and it gets action put behind it. It gets done. So that being said, like I said, those people that are coming this time, we're going to get some work done. We're not going to sit up and listen and go to sleep and eat candy all day and then get up and leave and say, oh, I love you, mean it, and then come back in another 3 or 4 months. It can't be done like that. So
Right.
this soulful summer will be the summer that makes a difference. And I'll promise you that. We're going to have so much time to discuss and to interact with one another on a different level. Let's put it that way. Y'all have listened long enough. You studied, you were researching, you read. So let's put that knowledge to use together. Okay. So,
Right. So I see some questions, some comments in the chat. One says, okay, I thought this was about 4th of July. It is.
It is.
Look at that. It is. It definitely is.
It's a take on the 4th of July. It's the 4th of July's.
Yeah. It's about, the one of the lies is that we don't even know how we can't come together. I believe we can. I believe that we can if we overcome those things, those deliberate barriers that have been erected to keep us separated. There's always something that we can disagree on. But when we come together to find solutions, then we're looking for the common ground. We're looking for the commonality so that we can move forward together. As one of the commenters just said, we're looking for those things like Friday night when folks were so inspired that they began to
come out of their shell,
and really, give like concrete. I wish we had recorded it. It was that good of the suggestions and the recommendations and just the interjections of or the fact that I know what you mean because, and then they would expound further from their standpoint. We don't have all the answers. Nobody say that.
No.
But one thing I will say, let's say one thing for sure, two things for certain. I don't have enough fingers and toes and extremities to count the number of people, Cynthia, who have called, who contact via email or the phone calls. I can't even have my phone dinging for messages because that's how many messages come in to say how much over the years or just period, the House of Real Awakening Minds has supported and benefited them and assisting them in the wake up process or awakening. Because I don't think anyone can say, including me, I'm not fully awake, but I can say I'm waking. It's been for the last 12 years. I've been almost 13 years. I've been awakening, maybe even before that. If you look back of the little things. But what I'm saying is that when I hear that we have this much impact on this many continents, not just the few that come on as a regular. I can recognize who they are a lot. After a while, they've been on a while. I recognize those supporters who are consistent. But there's many unseen, many that never never come forth and say anything, but yet it has been insightful and it's made a impact on their life.
Absolutely, it has. And that's what it's all about as well. And for people who wants to jibber jabber about stuff, why don't you come and help? Do something that's going to be conducive to helping. Me personally, and trust me, I've been in situations where people want to have their little say, but that's fine too. But when you want to disagree with something or something, just do it in a professional manner instead of just complaining about I thought it was going to be this or that. Okay, but it takes this or that in order to get the message across. We're not even halfway through what we have to say, but what we have to say is important. Okay, and if it's not important to you, then it's not important to you. All right, and so, but why are you here? I mean, so
I'm all right with folks that are disagreeable, but like I said, that doesn't seem to be a familiar commenter, and they may not know who who we are or what we've done over the past
So ask the question, say, hey, are you guys going to talk about July? We say, well, it's July lies, and we're going to give you all the lies that we know about. and we go from there. It's a lot. I mean, your whole book is about that, is it not? That one book?
So this one, yeah. Which book?
No,
The one that,
the
on the
live.
slide. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get on the show? We're in Ontario, Canada, Cork, Turtle Island. Um, I would have to speak with you first. We don't just let you can't just don't. You can't just get on the show. You can reach out to me, send us an
Yeah.
email, and
Hmm.
with your. As a matter of fact, here's what I'll do. So
Put it
you'll
up
know
there.
it's legit. Let me find this for you who might be
Mhm.
interested in coming. But here we go, right? Yeah, to be a
There you
guest. There you go. This I'm gonna let that run.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna let that run for a few secs so you can get that information
Mhm.
on ministry and reach out. And certainly, if we
Absolutely. Love to have you.
yeah, we would certainly, but we don't. No one just comes on just because they want to come on. We need to make sure that what you're bringing is in line with what we support, or what because everything isn't for everyone. This we
Right.
try not to make this about
Mhm.
bashing folk, even though
Yeah.
we've been bashed. We may shine the light on
Mhm.
certain things that that we need to know about, but it's not that kind of rodeo, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, and then our current climate just calls for flexible methods to allow our teams to shape their own our own path. So it's a beautiful thing when you have cooperation like that. So, and matter of fact, that's what we call it, economic cooperation. So that's what we're
We're,
looking to do.
we're trying to put together a list of who does what where, so that
Hmm.
if we can be a resource to, because I'm always trying to refer people. For instance, I got a
Yeah.
call today that
Hmm.
I'm saying this because maybe somebody listening can reach
Hmm.
out to me so that I can get back to this brother. I got a phone call today from a brother in the Washington D.C. area who is
Hmm.
looking for a doula for his wife who's due to deliver in September.
And we have one.
Right. So see, and I'm
Hmm.
just okay. So I said just send me the. He sent me a text. So I said, because I can't just remember from seeing a phone number. And
Hmm.
when I get that info for you, I will send it to you. So we
I
want to
got it,
be.
sis. I'll text it to you. I have it.
Well, cool. See, that's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. It's We want to be a resource. We want to be able to say, yeah, you need a this and here. You need somebody that can come and help you start your own garden, or help you
Hmm.
or build your home, or you need someone who has holistic background because you're looking for healthy options. We're just trying to,
Everything.
whatever it is we do, because like you said, Cynthia, with this
Hmm.
thing that's come up, we don't want to call its name too much
Right.
because
Mhm.
algorithms, that new thing, that's latest,
Yes,
money
the
grab,
latest.
economic grab that they've just introduced. Excuse me. We need to know how to
Maneuver.
sidestep some of these things and
Yeah.
maneuver around them. Otherwise, we're gonna just get again sucked into what we've been in
Yes.
for so long. It's time
Yeah.
to get out from under that stuff.
Yeah.
It is
So
I am so tired of
me too.
trying to talk to people who have not a
Hmm.
clue. They don't have a
Yep.
clue about what's going on. They
Yeah.
still don't even have a clue about what happened in the last 2 3 years, let
That's
alone
right.
this.
Yep. And I think we have some vendor spaces available too for $75 still available. Do we?
Do. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have vendor spaces available for the, like I said, the event is 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Hmm.
Um, we are, we're not looking just to have you all come and just waste
Hmm.
time or spend time, but to spend your time wisely.
Hmm.
If you feel like you have something that you can contribute, then come.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we need input. We need resource. We're resource and information
Yes.
gathering.
This is the event for that.
Yeah.
So this is the event. And if for any reason that you cannot come, then go ahead and email us that what you can do. I mean, what your skill sets are, what you would be interested in doing, or I mean, all of that. We need that information. Then we can create a list, or to let everybody know. We can start putting that together so that, hey, just like what Nyala just said, somebody called for a doula, we can say, hey, I got a doula here in Delaware. I got a doula in DC. You call her, blah, blah, blah. So then we can start effectively, helping one another as a group, because we live too far from each other. Noble Drew Ali said always supposed to live together, but we know what happened way back in the 60s with that segregation. Okay. We already know that separated all of us. So that being said, we got to find a way that we can come together no matter where we are, at least have little silo groups here and there that can do certain things, whether it's like Nyala was saying, gardening, protection, food, all of these things have to, oh my God, have to go on right now. We're in it. So we got to get busy. So what I started doing is creating gardening, a little training for children, because they love it. I have about 5 little kids here that are growing, and I'll share some of those pictures with y'all, later. But it's amazing just getting out and growing seeds and propagating food. And Nyala, we found out that haram is a wealth of herbs.
Right. We've got, of course, as the season has progressed, because I wasn't in a position by myself to kind of like get out there and harvest everything. I was able to harvest red clover, but and then some of the things, they have a certain, doing herbal work, that some things have a season when you harvest them or they go to seed. But we, when we looked at everything that was back there, I mean, everything from wheat to dandelions, which are dandelion you see everywhere, but you don't always see stuff like mugwort and cleavers and chickweed and spearmint, and there was just so many different things that have one level or another of medicinal purpose. And I was able to help someone in my neighborhood with the red clover who was diagnosed with cancer. All right.
See?
So I was able to give the brother, the dried flowers. So I was glad that was growing right there, and then he using it as a tea. I don't know what it's doing for him. He said he loves it. So, hopefully, he'll start to see some different numbers. But we have so much that is amongst within our ranks, so many skills, so many abilities, and we don't want to be sending folks, to them. We want to,
yes,
we want to become independent, and we want to become, I guess the word would be become interdependent. We need to be we need to say first, before I look outside of our own community, what resources exist, even if I am nowhere near the House of Reawakening Minds. We still want to be that resource to connect you. We want to kind of be like every wheel has a hub, a center. So, and then the spokes come out. Now we won't get everything, but as much as we can get and as much as we can give, I give. Folks that know, who call me, know that I guess they do, because they figure I've talked to somebody or I know someone. And 9 times out of 10 lately, over the last few years, I have, and I'm able to get that information to them.
Exactly. Yeah. And like Malcolm X always said, we've been misled. He said, you've been had and you've been took. So that's part of the lies. Okay. It goes deeper than anyone can imagine. And like I said, we don't have enough time a day to get into all of them. But again, I will be giving you guys a real resource of books that you can purchase. As you can see, I have thousands of books here in my home, all over the place, upstairs, downstairs. And so does Nyala. And we really got to create a system where we can leave this information. 100 years from now, none of us is going to be here. Okay. And we need to make sure that all this information is kept somewhere. So that's another thing for the future or near future that we need to address, where all these things are going to go.
Yeah. Someone was asking where the event was going to be. And I thought we had the link for that. I guess we just had to kind of save the date, but just for the quick, I'm just going to throw up, if you don't mind, I'm going to throw up the banner, which is kind of in between us.
Yeah.
So here it is. That event, Friday, July 28th through Sunday,
The
July
20th.
30th is at
Yeah.
602 Vanderbilt Avenue House. That's where the House of Reawakening Mind. Went to Delaware one night too. So that's the address. But if you go to our website, which is
To where
www.houseofreawakeningminds.com, you can actually get
find
the link, yeah, the link to purchase tickets and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. And we're not trying to, like shame or get on anybody, but we were looking
Oh,
at, we have an event coming up that's 75 notes for 3 days. We know of an event coming up, not maybe a week or so before our event. It's one day, is $250. You
mm-hmm.
know, okay, it doesn't say anything about feeding you or whatever. We don't make anything
No,
when it
not a
comes to,
dime, not a
yeah,
penny.
yeah. So really, it's always a give. It's always give. When we have been assisted by some of y'all to do things like to get our other StreamYard site, which is, well, there's the fireworks are starting. Um,
Yeah.
we did ask for assistance with the Airbnb. It has not happened.
Mm-hmm.
I've still been trying to work on it, because what we were trying to do is what we are trying not to do, not were, is
Mm-hmm.
have, when you all do come to this area, that we have a place that we pretty much are controlling, that
Mm-hmm.
you can
Can be
stay.
utilized. Yeah.
It could be utilized for that. And so we needed and still need assistance for things. I'm trying very hard to have it ready for the 28th, 29th, 30th. Don't know, because the
No,
response
I'm
to
not gonna
assist,
push that, sis. You can't push that. You're still healing. Thank you, ma'am.
I mean, and I'm going to say this because it's true, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not to elicit any like tear jerk response from you, but I already put out probably about 3 grand out of pocket, not out of House of Reawakening Minds pocket, out of Dr. G pocket, to try to
Yes.
work to get stuff for this. We asked, no, very few, maybe one or two people responded to
Yeah.
assist. And so it is what it is, But like again, like I said, somebody can have something and charge you. I've had seen where tickets are 500 for a
Oh,
day
yeah.
for two.
Well,
And
that's the world I come from. So I don't
I know you come
understand
from
it.
that.
It's hard for me to wrap my brain around, this. You know,
Maybe
even the
sometimes
food. Yeah.
people think that if it costs more, it costs less, then it's worth less, and that's unfortunate. But when you're trying to just do something to help
Yeah.
people will do what it is. Like you said, you talked about the Nike shoes standing in line. People do what they want to do. People
That's right.
support what they want to support, and
That's right.
so it is what it is. So if in fact we don't get to do what we hoped we could do at the time that we wanted to do it, it'll get done.
Hmm.
Eventually, but it would have been good for at least 3 to 6 folks would have had a place to be
Hmm.
able to be at the end of the month. But the month's not over. But we just gotta. I just have to face reality, and I'm grateful for people like you who keep me grounded, because
Yes.
I could go off and
Yes,
say,
you do.
but I'm we're
Yeah.
too.
We're getting
We're
there.
too
We're getting
mature.
there.
Oh no, Lyria said this. We're too mature.
No,
Get
it's
on.
really about love, but at the same time, we have to be careful about, just over expending ourselves. And your heart is so big and so huge. You just love on everybody. And I mean, when I watch you, I just smile, but at the same time, I try to reel you in and you go, okay. And the next thing I know, you go, girl, you know what I got? I'll say, you got a receipt? Deborah, I bet Deborah's on. She's like, yeah, because I call Deborah all the time. You got a receipt? So
I was
Deborah and I, we're in the same mind. So it's going down.
I'm really bad about that. I'm just,
Yeah.
to get better. I mean, y'all, I got to get better. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like Cynthia said, I don't do this for personal gain. I've never
No.
gained a thing from this
No.
personally. But then again, let me correct that. Yes, I have.
Mhm.
I have gained respect, self-respect, the knowledge that I'm doing something that's helping some
Yeah.
people, not
Yeah.
everybody. Not everybody. So everybody's not going to agree with me, but I'm all right with that. Because guess what? I don't agree with everybody.
That's
It's
right.
just, yeah,
This
we
is
don't.
impossible.
it's not, it doesn't have to happen like that. So it's not like we want everybody to see things our way.
Mhm.
And let me just, it's just that, there's so many things that have divided us, and so many, when we talk about lies, for instance.
Mhm.
So for the benefit of the people that want to hear about lies,
Yeah.
let me,
Okay. Yes. Let's go with the lies because we got a
I
bunch of
want
them.
I want to talk. I want to talk a little bit about what I was sharing on Friday with
Okay.
the
Go.
those who had come, and this was based on, this is the interesting things. If you put a question out there to the universe or the Most
Mhm.
High or the God or whoever you call your,
Mhm. The
if you
all.
have
What a,
greater power, your all is all, Gaia, and whatever. If I missed them, Allah, Buddha, Confucius, anybody, whoever you look to. When
mhm.
when I think in terms of, when I have something that the question or the answer is not relatively or readily accessible to me, I just think about it, and I figure at some point the response will come, and it may be a matter of minutes. Sometimes it could be days or weeks, and then I realize when the answer does come, I can remember that it was in response to something that I queried about. This particular thing that I queried about, Cynthia, had to do with, when we're thinking in terms of educational system, because Grant Sheik's always talking about the Board of Education, General Board of Education, mission statement, and so forth, and what was their the reasons for being founded and so forth, with Rockefeller and all of those folks. So I was like, how did these? Who put the people at the top of the university and college system? How did they get these so-called, it started somewhere, right?
Yeah. Of course it
So
did.
nobody ever really told us where it
Mhm.
started. And I was querying about this and questioning this for months.
Mhm.
It would pop in my head. And then I found something in this particular book
Mhm.
called Creation of PhDs to Indoctrinate the Masses.
Mhm.
Creation. And so I'm going to read a little bit of this. So it
Yeah. Go
says,
ahead. Let's go.
the advent of compulsory education in the United States originated out of Prussia,
Mhm.
which was within the area of modern Germany today. The Prussian monarchy divided the education system into three groups: those who were to make policy, those who
Mhm.
would assist policymakers, and makers, which would be the engineers, the doctors, the lawyers, and architects, and then the rest of the common laborers. So that would be us, the rest of
Mm.
us. It
Mhm.
says, using the basic philosophy prescribing the quote unquote duties of the state, combined with John Locke's view, who was, this is like 1690, that
Mhm.
children, check this out, children are a blank slate, and then
Mhm.
lessons from Rousseau on quote unquote how to write on the slate, right?
Mhm.
Prussia established a three-tiered educational system that was considered scientific in nature. Work
Mhm.
began in 1807. The system was in place by 1819. So, an important component of the Prussian system was how it defined for the child what was to be learned, what was to be taught, how long to think about it, and when a child was to be allowed to think something else. This
Mhm.
is where, check this out, the Pavlovian bell ringing each hour
Mhm.
of class time comes in from our current school system. Because you know about Pavlov's dog, when they would
Yes.
ring the bell, the dog would salivate. Well, they use that same, when the school bell ringing between classes, it was the same technique. It says in 1814, Everett was the first American to go to Prussia for doctorate in philosophy or PhD. He eventually became governor of Massachusetts, and during the next 30 years or so, a line of American dignitaries went to Germany to earn degrees, which was a German invention.
Mhm.
Horace Mann, instrumental in the development of educational system in America, was among them. Those who earned degrees in Germany came back to the United States, staffed all the major universities. In 1850, Massachusetts and New York utilized the Prussian system, as well as promoted the concept that the state is the father of children. These were questions in my mind for long. So I'm reading a little bit more. Horace Mann's sister, Elizabeth Peabody, you heard of the Peabody Foundation,
Yes.
saw to it that after the Civil War, the Prussian system, taught in the northern states was integrated into the conquered southern South between 1865 and 1918. And most of the compulsory schooling laws designed to implement the system were passed by 1900. By 1900, all the PhDs in the United States were trained in Prussia. This project also meant that one room schoolhouses, which many of our
Mm-hmm.
sometimes parents, great parents, great great parents went to, had to go, for it fostered independence. They were eventually wiped out. In 1960, UNESCO Convention Against Discrimination was signed in Paris. This convention laid the groundwork for control of American education, both public and private. UN agencies and agents disguised to halt discrimination and segregation. In 1960, Soviet education programs, foundations, curriculum, teacher preparation was published under the auspices of the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. It was the blueprint for the U.S. school to work structuring that would take place, and it would rely on the Pavlovian conditioned reflex theory developed by Dr. B.F. Skinner, the father of behavioral psychology. I'm going to stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew that
Nobody, not unless they read.
who out there among you knew that our so-called American educational system was a German invention that came out of Prussia? That there was one man that first became the first to get a PhD, and that everyone was sent. Maybe they don't have to do that now, because now what they had to do was establish a base
Mm-hmm.
here in the US, right? But nobody
Yes.
has ever taught us this in history, in
No.
history, in social studies, while they're socially engineering us to believe that, well, they don't even teach us to believe that. They just teach us to accept.
Exactly. Just like there's no such thing as historically black colleges. And then most people go, oh, yes, it is. No, it's not. The Europeans own the colleges, that, and they called it historically black college. Okay.
Yeah.
They send these people to their so-called institutions, and they educate their slaves to be better worker bees, to get out and get a job or jump out of bed, as I call it, So again, for 30 years. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So really, really good. Anthony Wood, I'm glad to hear that you knew this by 2019. That's good for you, but most folks, and even that was probably late in life, right?
Mhm.
But at least
Yeah.
you've known it for the last 4 years. But most of us did
Mhm.
not know. But it was a query I had, a question that kept, eating at me, Cynthia. I just, you know, I didn't know where it came from. I just knew it came from somewhere, but I thought it was important to know who decided that you were the smartest and most
Yeah.
brilliant and had all of the knowledge to
Mhm.
to create universities, when we know that there are people who are just naturally born, especially among our people, who are
Yes.
so brilliant and so talented, and they've never even they've created and invented things, never stepped foot, never went past some the fifth to eighth
Mhm.
grade, if that, but yet
Yeah.
had the abilities to harness things and to connect nature and the universe and things to energy and da da da.
Yes.
Little,
Our education has been flawed, and until we get back to our divine creed and culture, then it's not going to happen. So this is what we have to, I guess the all in all fight that we're up against, is that we have to get back to that. And how do we do that? What are we going to do? Okay, first of all, I'd like to stop calling it black business. I like to call it more business or whatever.
I
But
mean, I mean, I have a maybe there's another term. And the only reason why I said I'm not ashamed of the fact that we are Moors among been called other things. Someone to call ourselves Aboriginal, Indigenous, First Peoples,
Mhm.
whatever we call
That,
ourselves. We need to find something that
mhm.
does not lower or come against who we are, does not lower our status to be that, and two,
Mhm.
that is inclusive enough that more of us,
Yes.
no pun intended,
Right.
but more of us would be able to wrap ourselves around it to get on board, because everybody doesn't see themselves as more. They
Exactly.
yeah. And when you do the research, you find that we've been called
Everything.
lots everything. And not all of it's good, but some of those things weren't bad either.
No. And then I want to put it out there too, because some people, every time we say or talk about this particular subject matter, folks go, well, more means black and blah, 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 blah. We know that. Okay. But again, until people, our people find a pride in themselves and our culture, then we know that more, means black. Okay. But black people are dead in law in this country. White people is a status. And like I said, I have a book over here that I'm going to give you guys to read about that. Because again, until you learn how to read, and Grand Sheik taught me that. Grand Sheik is my mentor, and Bobby Hemmett is my mentor. I've known these men for, over 15 plus years. And I used to converse with Bobby Hemmett before he succumbed to his illness.
When he
And
wants to come, you
yeah,
mean he's still here?
he's still here.
You mean this where he
I
was
guess illness. Yeah, I didn't want to say what it was. Yeah.
Come means you're dead.
No, yeah, no, I will. To his illness, and that's when I
Yeah.
said. But yeah. But anyway, I studied with Bobby for many many years, and so him and Grand Sheik, I have books and notes from both, and it's just been a wealth of information and knowledge that I've utilized and studied and wrote about and bought books. Bobby Hemmett has over 10,000 books. Well, I tried to keep up with him, so he has books just on the floor in his house, so
Look, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it takes time to read and study, but you have to, because we're so far behind in the knowledge of who we really are and what we are on this planet.
Somebody was asking me the book on the book that I was reading from. This book is called "Nothing Is True, Everything Is." Matter of fact, I'm going to be giving this book away at the event.
You going to give the other one away too?
Yeah, this one too.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
One World, One America, Tartarians and more. So yeah, I will. I'm trying not to mess it up. And
they'll appreciate
I always tend to try to get a couple of books. And I'm gonna be real honest with you. The reason why I'm giving those two books away is because I bought two more. But
oh my gosh!
No, I bought the color version. It costs more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know that. That's another thing. Printing costs is going up. Well, we talked about that today too. That we're going to look at other means that we can get information out versus printing, because until we can afford a printer ourselves or whatever, then the cost on printing is gone sky high. I mean, sky high. It's ridiculous. So I'm thinking of doing any of the training that we develop moving forward. Then we'll put it as ebooks, or you can download your workbooks or whatever online. It'll be cheaper.
Right. And now the other thing that we are looking to try to do, and I know, Cynthia, you recently, at my suggestion, maybe it was at the end of last year, purchased some equipment. We got to test it to see if we can't start to get Grand Sheik's books reprinted. Some of the ones that folks have been trying to, a lot of times he will be reading from, and everybody, there's a rush on, can I get the book? Can I get the book? I'm like, we don't have the book. I mean, I have pretty much almost every one of his books that I know of, because that's normally what he's reading from, one of my books.
But I'm bringing it, and Chris is going to help me. I got the software on my computer, and he's going to help me, get it going. So I bought one of Taj's books that I told him that I got last, in March when I was there. So I'm bringing that book, and then I'm going to scan that book, and so we can see actually how it's going to work out.
Right. And then and even that, with the cost of printing, we may have to make those ebooks,
that's
so
simple to do.
Have the option of an ebook, or if you want a printed book, it's the cost.
That's the cost. It is what it is. And that's what I try to explain to people too. With Noble 7 Publications, I've been in business as a publisher for 5 years now. And so this is the year that it's going to explode. I have 4 authors sitting on the sidelines waiting for their books. And, it's not my fault. It's their fault. I'm not rushing people how to get their manuscripts done. But I have 4 authors I'm working on currently. And now it's getting to the point where, eventually, we're going to have to hire editors and stuff like that. So I'm glad that's what Noble Drew Ali's mandate was. He said, to have our own schools, to have our own newspapers, our own media. And so we're moving toward that goal as well. So Haram, House of Reawakening Minds. We talked about servers, Chris and I, we talked about that. He's my media guy for Noble 7 and music producer. So again, we got a lot of projects on the table that's very exciting. So 2024, here we come. House of Reawakening Minds gonna blow up.
I see. Somebody put okay. I can't say a whole lot about this to you, brother, or you all. Grand Rising. Let's accomplish getting Consul General Lamont Maurice L. out of incarceration, saving the one and saving the multitude nations. Okay, I'll put that up there. Let me see what I can say to that. Let's say that we're going to be sending out some information. Sister LaChris, if you're hearing this, because I haven't gotten to you yet, because she's our webmaster. We're going to be sending out some information as soon as I get it. I had a conversation with Consul General day before yesterday. I talked to him for about a half hour. Yeah. So I do know some things, some good stuff. I'm just not at liberty to to say exactly what I know. And like I said, I talked to him. I didn't talk to somebody about him. He called me. We talked for a half hour at least. So there's some information that we will probably do a blast from us, so that you all will know what we need you to do. But the time is shortening. Let's put it that way. That's about the best I can say. So yes, I talked to him.
What people need to really understand, that a lot of people that are holding our people are gatekeepers. They know nothing, absolutely nothing. They're going by what they were told as well. So it's hard to get that information where it needs to get to in a timely manner, but they know who we are. So that being said, go ahead. What you say, sis?
What happened to the Moorish American Federated Government? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
What is?
So I can't respond. What happened to the Moorish American Federal Government site? I don't know, my brother. I can't address that. But I do know I spoke with Consul General for about at least a half hour, maybe a little longer, because we had to have 2 calls. Like they had to call back. So we talked, and it's very expensive for them, to call. I mean, we talked about everything from the food, the situation. Everything is so expensive. How they're locked in. They have to eat around 5:00, and then they're locked in from like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and they can't. The only thing they can eat is what they get if they eat the stuff that they get, unless they have commissary. And but I would just say best I would say that he's receiving some much needed favor. Let's put it that way. From the inside. And that's the interesting part. And he will talk about that. As a matter of fact, he will be calling in, because the release will not be this month. But you remember what he did when we had our spring event. He did call in.
Yeah, he called in. Yeah.
And he addressed those that were in attendance. He will be calling in on Saturday, the 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the 29th of this month, he will be calling in to address those who are present at the time at the event, and then you all will hear from him. But he has not been forgotten. He is not. We do send assistance, financial assistance to help, and you all still can. Because every time they make a call to give an update, or every time they have to make some type of a writ or something, everything everything in there is commerce. Everything. Absolutely everything. Right? Yeah. So that's about just to say something rather than nothing. I just wanted to say, yes, I did speak to him. Yes, I spoke to him day before yesterday. at length, and it was a good conversation. Someone says, "How much does the book printing cost?" I'm not sure what.
It all depends on the size of the book. If, say, for example, if you have a color book, it's more expensive. Back in the day, you used to do a color book for like $13. Now it's like 25, 26, and
And that's before you add any type of any
yeah,
income part of it. I mean, any
yeah,
additional and
yeah,
after
that's
real
yeah.
printing.
So and then there's still some cheaper places, but they're not very much cheaper, like 48-hour books. I tried, look at those, and they, a little $1 or $2 here, so, but they said that printing cost is going up. So it's stamps and everything else. If you still use, the postal service, they're going up as well well, they should have went up. It's on the 29th. So
Oh
again,
God, that means you
mhm.
have to go grab some of those forever stamps.
Yeah, I did. I did because again, I mean, the stamps are almost $1 now. I mean, just to see, I got my forever stamps right here. Yeah, because I did. I went and got some because
When stamps were 2 cents.
yeah, yeah, I remember that. I still have some, by the way. Yeah,
Yeah,
and those are supposed to, in actuality, a little bit of caveat to that. Those 2-cent stamps are supposed to be the official stamp. You should still be able to use those.
they won't even give you any. They don't even. They don't.
I
They don't
know,
even.
but if you have them, they have to mail your mail.
I
So
think. Look, I'm looking. Look, I'm trying to see. That's Marvin Gaye.
okay, hey.
2 cent stamps. A few.
Mhm. All right. Yeah, I got those too. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 cent
Yep.
stamp.
Yep. Got them.
34 cent stamp. 5 cents. 10 cents.
Yep.
Yeah, and of course, forever Marvin Gaye.
Yes. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, but yeah, we digress. We digress. Look, because we
Yeah.
can, y'all.
That's right. That's why we're here. We're just chit chatting today because it's the 4th of July, and we were happy. We were like,
And
hey.
let me see. So here's a question up here. The machine to press our own book. Oh, that's what. How much he was?
To press
How
our
much
own.
does the
I
machine
mean,
to press our own?
about, if
To
I'm not
print.
mistaken, the last time I checked, it was like upwards of 25,000. Okay.
But you know what? We got 37, no, 32,000 subscribers. If everybody gave $1,
I've said it 1,000 times. I've said it 1,000 times. I wasn't even going to go there, but thank you as you did. I've always said that, and I'm looking at doing fundraising and everything, but it's like, that takes a lot of effort
and people get upset. Some people don't like it. Like, oh, there they go. And I'm not
yeah.
saying y'all, but there
But
they
you
go.
know what? Sis, like I said, we're going to keep our frequency high on that. And we're not going down there and worry about that because those people are not going to do anything anyway. So what we're going to do for Haram, like I said, for 2024, we're going in. And like I said, everybody, and another thing is we're transparent. So anybody want to know anything, we have the answer and we can prove it. Okay, so it's not going to be one of those places where we're going to donate this and you never know where that money went and how much it was and all this other kind of stuff. That's why we have the best treasurer on the planet. So it's on. Okay, so that being said, it, like you just said, if everybody gave $1, even 50 cents, that brings me back to another point. Let me get on my soapbox just for another second. Noble Drew Ali said to have our own media, our own newspaper, our own everything. I've been around Taj Tariq Bey, and I've been around the Moorish movement, Divine National Movement, for quite some time. I've seen newspapers from Sabir Bey, Abdullah Bey. I did newsletters, email for like 3 years ago, spending my time, getting all these things out. It was $1, $12 per year. Do you know I couldn't even get 12 people or 20 people to, spend $12 for a year just to get information? Okay. And even back in the day, I think Abdullah's page was 50 cents. I think so. Sabir Bey's was 50. He went up to $1, but nobody supported it. And they did it all themselves, just like I did, and we do. We do all these things ourselves. I have a business. I have a home. I live by myself. My dog passed, or he passed on Mother's Day, so I'm by myself. But it's like you work hard and you love your people and you love what you're doing, but it takes finance. It really does. I'm paying for a building that I'm leasing, for 22 years. I should be able to have my own building. Okay. I'm paying to live here, paying to develop things, where is all that finance coming from? It's coming from me and my own effort and the love that I have for doing it for our people. So that's what we're talking about. $1, we could have a lot of things done. $30,000 for us would be like $1 million to someone else. For real, for real.
And I mean, so they can raise, funds like that for, for things that have little significance when it compared to what it is we're trying to do. Now, House of Reawakening Minds is small and quaint.
Yes. Yes.
It's not massive. If you've been here, you know what it is. But it is the energy of it, and
the love for one another.
Love there is the birthplace of what for many folks has been, their, as I said earlier, their awakening. Your awakening, your system for knowing that you were not Negro, Black, colored, African American, or you didn't evolve out, you didn't come off in a sardine ship and so forth and so on. It has been a place of where even before we became as we are now with this live stream, somebody asked about spirituality. Well, I'm a former pastor, but I moved from that religious part of it to a holistic ministry. Mm-hmm. And I believe in crystals, and I do energy work, and I'm an intuitive. We have massage therapists, and I'm a Reiki practitioner. We have other Reiki practitioners, people that do, energy
holistic
work,
doctors, everything.
And all of that. Yes. So yeah, we're all that. If you're new to it, we got all that going on here in our little space. In our little space here, we have, and I supported. Not supported. I gave a shout out to our sister you alluded to, the greatest treasure in the world, who just graduated after, she was working, had her own business, working for other folks and going to college at the same time, and got a master's degree with honors in forensic accounting. And she was one of those, she and her husband were the two that supported the key to keep the doors of what we know now as House of Reawakening Minds open. When I had this, like I said, when my ministry, did this, 180-degree turn, and it was misunderstood, but nevertheless, I stayed the course, and that's why you all can look at Grand Chic and the others that I bring, here from the House of Reawakening Minds, because somebody like Deborah supported to keep those doors open. We still have dead pledge.
And she still does. Deborah will support immediately anything that someone does. And she doesn't do it with one thing. She goes overboard. I'll take 10 of those. I'll take.
But when my hair oil came out, she bought the first 12 bottles.
Yes. 12. I sold them to her. I know. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when you said at the event, all of these right here are sold, I said, she just trying to get people to buy stuff. And no, they really were sold, So, but I'm just saying, she has been a rock, as I said, of stability to help keep alive what we've been doing to get to this place. And we don't have regular support. I mean, people's situations change. We don't have regular support anymore. I can't count on anything per se, but I know what we got one more year of dead pledge. So some folks are like, oh, why didn't you what's the word they do it when you don't
refinance?
Not refinance. No. We too close to not having it to refinance it, but they want you to discharge it. Oh yeah. A lot of folks have tried things and they were not successful. So I never stopped paying the dead pledge. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We still
well, that's the truth of the matter. And like I always say, show me somebody that got it done, and then let's talk about it, okay? Because that's the way I am. I don't believe anything anyone tells me. I go and do my own research. And when it's true for me, then it's true for me. But I'm going to follow someone that has got it done. I'm not going to listen to anybody that's get up here, jibber jabber, yada, gotta. I'm not going to do that. And no one else should either. See, if I can't follow, and I always tell people, if you find me in a ditch, I threw myself in a ditch. I'm not going to follow you in no ditch. Okay. I have a mind of my own, and I can read and research and learn what I need to learn. And then I move. When I move one step and it works, then I can share that step with you. But if I'm just sitting up here trying to do something because I heard somebody tell me something, and then I get in trouble, then you want to blame the person that told you. No, you didn't do your due diligence. Okay. So always read, research. Don't believe anything we say. Not a word. Do your own research on that.
You know what, Cynthia? And if I, it sounded good and it works maybe for some folks, but if I had and it did not, then it would not be here now. And so we're so close. Yeah. We're like 11. If 11,000 folks sent $1, it'd been done. It would be wiped off. And then if non-pro-tunk is what it is now for then we go back and get it. We'll go back and get all that over the last 20 years that has been put into it. But it's too close. It was it's too close to, even if it is fraudulent, it's too close to put it so that it would be gone.
Right. And you have to do things as you see that it's going to work out in the system that we're currently in, because there's a private side and then there's this other side over here that we're in. So again, until we learn how to properly, manage this side, the private side over here, then we can't put that at risk. That's stupid, because then you got to go through so many changes, and with people who don't have a clue about what you're doing, and they ignore you and all this other kind of stuff. It's just not worth the headache, especially when you're by yourself. You can't do that. You got to keep it going. So, but that's going to be one of the first things that I will be addressing, is the fundraising for that, to go ahead and get the wrong.
I'm going to put somebody, because I don't know who this is, because they said, "Peace, Dr. G. I say this with love. Can I ask a question? Why we have time? I ask a question, you ignore me. I don't the first time I've never even seen. I don't know what to say to you. Whoever, black means pale skin. This is the first time I've ever even seen that I can.
Tell them to ask the question. Tell them to ask the question.
Ask the question, because questions spin. They go fast, and I catch the ones I can catch.
And I can address to that. Is like, we don't have moderators yet on this platform, and that's again, you got to have people who can moderate what's being asked and handle that as well in a chat. And when we're talking, we can't always see all the questions, so just ask the question again. We'd be more than happy to try and answer it.
Because I've never, I don't even recognize your.
I don't either. I'll be on there. I've never seen them.
Not so they gave you. Oh yeah. So if you have, please ask the question now. Since I said I'm not. And hopefully you'll put because it starts to it runs.
Yeah, it goes by too fast. You can't think and then roll down the chat. That's why I said.
This banner right here, that doesn't happen by itself. I got to do that. I'm clicking banners, and I'm doing.
And if anybody's out there that hear me speaking at this moment, if you want to be a moderator for the shows, if you can go and contact me too on the website and let me know, I will train you how to be a moderator. Okay.
Yeah. So because it just it just kind of gets kind of hard.
It is. It's very difficult, and we apologize for that. So just ask the question again. Ask us what you want.
Yeah. Don't ask if you can ask a question. Just ask the question. And now that I'm looking for you,
because otherwise we'll be going up the road. We won't see it.
Back up to see what it is, because it's not like that. Maybe this isn't. Maybe the question's in there. No.
You see it?
No. Did you get Darius L? Did you get the 10 notes? Well, Darius L, if you sent it, it's probably there. I have to go and look. I don't know which way. We have two methods of which we receive donations: Cash App and PayPal. So I can certainly look to see if I see that. And thank you in advance.
Yeah, and you will have help with that too, by the way. So in the future.
So here's someone who says, I'm home based with my children. Would love to be trained raising L's. So,
Look, say
um,
homeless with my
let me
children.
see, Cynthia. Do I have your Let me see. It's I know it's in the it's down in the description.
Uh,
Email, but let me see. Do I have you in the? Because I had to clean some of the things off, and I mean, I have you here.
Noble 7.
Okay, so here, so if you would like to, this is Cynthia.
Yeah.
Okay, right there.
Just
Okay,
email me.
just email. Let me see. And so you see what I'm doing? I'm doing like I'll be doing like 3 or 4 things. I'll be talking.
Yeah. There's no way you can catch every question.
And then
So until we get help.
change the
Yeah.
banner. I'm doing the banners. Then I got to go up here and see what somebody says.
Yeah.
Okay. HOA gratitude, sweet elders. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so we like I said, we're not trying to, like I said, the word or the title, the 4th of July,
Mhm.
was a play on
Just
the day of the
yeah,
day
that's
of the
all. Yeah.
holiday.
And we all know what all the lies are. We're living it.
Yeah.
And
So,
like I said, there's a plethora of books and things on lies. I told you I have 25 right here that I pulled specifically for you guys today. I will have that available for you probably by in the morning. I have to type all the titles and the authors' names and, a little blurb about what the book is about. So I'm doing that on my time for you. So if you want that, email me as well and say, Cynthia, can you please send me the book list? Okay. And I'll be more than happy to do that.
please take down her. Don't contact me.
No.
Do not contact Dr. G for the book. Right there. Oh, see that right there? Oh, you can't see me pointing, but right there, that right there.
That's that right there. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Somebody texted me about she could shield L's information. So I texted him back this morning and told him that I didn't have her email
I
address.
do
So
have her information. You
okay.
can you can text me about that.
Okay. That way I can go ahead and handle that one for you.
Yeah, or
Okay.
I'll send you her information, and then if anybody
send it. Yeah, I can take care of it. Yeah.
all right, I can do that. So we did, yeah, we're doing that. But we, like I said, we are hopeful. So there's still time.
Yes, get off the fence. Get off the fence. Come on, guys.
Go to the website because the link, and as a matter of fact, I shouldn't say this, Cynthia, but the discount for 2 tickets was over on Friday, but I haven't taken it down yet. But I think I'm gonna take it down
when,
like between now and Friday. So I'm serious.
Okay. Hey, that's cool. I'm not gonna argue with it this time. Okay, but this is. I'm not gonna argue.
I was getting ready to take it down and do what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, but okay, we left it up so everybody go get 2 for $120
instead of 2 for $150. But I'm only going to leave it up a couple more days because it was supposed to be down after midnight on the 30th. No,
we'll give them
after midnight on the 1st. On the 1st, it was supposed to be down.
Yeah.
So if you and somebody else want to come and put 60 together.
And can I say something too? And this is not to shame anybody or to make you feel some kind of way, but
she bought a ticket, y'all, and she said she bought
yes. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, that was what you were gonna say. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Why?
First one to get the ticket.
Yeah, because why? Because I'm a part of it. Okay. Just because I'm a part of it doesn't mean that I just, I'm this or I'm that. I'm just going to come slide on in because I can get in for free. No, it's a support for the whole mission that we're on. It's about finance. It's about having enough funds so that we can operate. Think about the electricity too for 3 days. So we got to pay for that. We got to pay for internet. We got to pay for every single thing. So if we're just sitting up trying to do events and hoping somebody's going to pay, it's not going to happen. So yes, we do buy our own tickets.
When nothing happens at the House of Real Awakening Minds, there's about $1,500 worth of expenses a month.
Yeah. Yeah. And then plus, when the presenters come, they're being paid as well. So
Yeah, compensate. Maybe not a lot, but still, it's
yeah. So it's a lot. And then the food and everything that else that goes into it that make it, enjoyable and professional for everyone. I still got boxes downstairs I gotta ship. I got 3 boxes plus my scanner I gotta ship. So I'll be doing that Monday before I leave, and it'll be there Sunday when I get in. But it's a lot of stuff that I'm sending. Board stuff, trip stuff, all kind of stuff is coming. The stuff for the 3 days has to be printed. So I'm not going to print it here. I'm just going to wait till I get there, and it's just too much to carry and ship. The shipping cost is just outrageous.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So here's a question. What about the delirium, Dr. G? Can that help? Well,
I don't
Cynthia,
know. Yeah,
I, I mean,
well,
I don't think I can send it to the dead pledge people. I can't.
right, right. I mean, I understand what it is and everything, but again, it's just like all the other things that are supposed to be coming up, like Nazareth and all that other good stuff, but we can't use it, to pay for anything yet.
And the only way stuff like that right now I think works is that if there was a large, vast network of us, and we
Yes,
were
bartering with it. Yeah,
bartering with each other ourselves and using that as the mechanism. But you can't take it, to
yeah.
Whole
No,
Foods if that's where you need to go.
no, you
You
can't take it anywhere.
you
So,
can't do that. And
mm-mm.
I'm not knocking it. I'm matter of fact, I'm
We know what all the money is. Trust me.
right. We're into the like
Yeah,
silver and gold, and
yeah,
we
boulevards and everything
got
else.
boulevards and Zims
Yeah,
and all that stuff, waiting for stuff to do
the,
something
the,
else. But it's like, but we can't end up with it.
well,
You
that's right. But
That's the part. But we
the
hope
good
that.
news is Venezuela's almost paid off.
Oh, is
Did
it?
you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, ma'am.
Is that
Almost
our
paid off.
boulevard? Is that our boulevard?
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Check it out. I'll
I
talk
just
to you
got
offline about that.
I just got some boulevard the other day. Came in the other day.
Okay. Well, I do too. But
But yeah, but no, no. Yeah,
I've
but
been I've been going, yes. How much
oh
more?
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we just don't know. I mean, just because
Mhm.
I'm really waiting for the Zims because I got a lot of those. I was gifted that to the extent
Mhm.
that the brother that gifted it wanted a lot wanted me to be able to do stuff for a lot of people. That's what he
That's
put it in.
great.
He
Yeah.
put it in my hands, and this has been going on like 4 years. He's
Oh
been
yeah. Oh yeah.
giving,
Mhm.
giving, 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 giving. So
Mhm.
yeah, I can't wait because there's so many folks that could
Oh yeah.
benefit from that. But in the
I can say.
meantime, that
Mhm.
those green things that we have, those that fiat, we got to use it. I mean, you probably can. I don't know what it means for travel. You know what I mean? Because so many countries have, are
Moved
saying
on to
moved
mhm.
on. Can you still make trans?
It all
Can you?
depends because they're not using the dollar. So you need to find out because there's several countries now that are no longer using the dollar. And then
Mm,
there's certain places that are using the digital. So
you
we
mean
need
like
to get a grip on that because, like I said, it's in transition here.
wow, wow, wow. Y'all
Hmm.
see, it's so much stuff happening, and
Yes,
we get so distracted. They get
every
us
time.
so distracted about things while they're doing other stuff. I know on a local level, and I'm
Hmm.
sure it's worse on a national level, but on a local level, it happens right here all the time. Before you know it, some legislation has passed. It has passed, and we
Yeah,
never pay attention to it. You put these people in office, and they bring this ridiculous stuff and make these ridiculous rulings
yes,
that
and they're
affect
never checked. We the people supposed to be, but we're
right.
never, they're never checked, and
I
then
would put
we're
my
just
shirt on. I got a shirt that says "We the people are pissed off." We are.
yeah, we are, yeah, but here we
We are.
are. That
But we ought to be pissed off with ourselves because
Mhm.
if Noble Drew Ali told us to
Yes,
take our place amongst the affairs of men, right?
hmm
We
yes, he
haven't
did.
done it. We haven't done it. We've let these folks just take control and legislate us right off the map if they could.
Yeah. And then what really gets me is about, remember when Black Panther came out several years ago? We spent like 2 or 5 billion with a B dollars to go see that movie for a fake ass Wakanda. Okay. And if we would have taken that money and circulated it back into our communities, 3.5 billion. But we do it consistently year after year after year on all things except for us. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you can remember when we were growing up in our communities, we used to have community stores. We had our own grocery stores in our neighborhoods and all that kind of good stuff. And it's no longer. Right. Indiana, Detroit, ruined, gone. I mean, the streets are just, the homes and the neighborhoods are just destroyed. And it's a shame to go out here and take a look at that kind of stuff. It just makes my heart hurt. It makes me sick. How come we can't collectively, buy some of those properties or those communities and get them back up to par, and places where our people can have a place to stay? I had this dream a couple of years ago. I said, I would love to get like one of these big apartment buildings and then, outfit it with, internet already in it, the electrical paid for, and then rent it to people who maybe can't afford these high prices that they're coming out with. But also make sure that the people that move in there, it's taking care of the property. Maybe you go in every 6 months, a year and check it out and make sure that everything is cool, but have it affordable so people can live, it's so sad to see all of the neighborhoods that are just totally destroyed that were once beautiful.
Well, I saw something that popped up. I don't know how true it is. I probably should have saved it. It was a brother who had like I guess it was like a seminar, webinar to teach you how to turn properties over for $10 or less, but flip them without using your money. He was a brother, right? Without he's been doing it for 20 years, and like you might be able to get the property, and then you would sell it maybe for 10 to 20 or whatever thousand notes, but you never actually had to use that, purchase it with your own money. Maybe no more, he said, than $10. And I was thinking, well, if he could do that and sell these properties to investors, those are properties that we should have a fund that we could acquire all over the place, as opposed to
we're gonna start doing stuff like that.
One of the things we planning to do, though, remember, we will be in Arizona. When we go to Arizona in September, we're going to go check out the brother that has the property. We met a brother, at least I did, who says that he has like 100 acres or so for part of his desert, part of his wooded. So Sister Cynthia and I are planning, when we're in the Arizona area during that week, we're going to try to get to him and
get us some land
and go see land. No, because I asked him, so what do you want to do? Sell it? He said, I want the Moors to come and live on it. I mean, you ain't got to own it. Just if it's yours, if it's accessible to, what they say, own nothing and control everything. So just go and build on it, live on it, and live in peace. So we're gonna go check it out.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna go check it out. We look at the land patents and the this and these lieutenant governor and stuff like that. So we gonna we gonna go. We're gonna tell you whether it's live or Memorex, right?
That's right.
We're gonna go.
Yeah, and we're gonna videotape and everything too. Same thing happened with the in Louisiana with the Empress. She tried her best to give Moors some land. They didn't want it. And look at us. Yeah. It's pitiful. So we're going to definitely talk to him. That's one of the reasons why we were going there, other than to do some spiritual stuff, so, but other than that, we're going to definitely hook up with him. So make sure he knows when we coming so he can be available that week, so we can figure out a day to go see him and get some stuff done. Yeah. And talk about some stuff. Because we there the 22nd September out of here. Yeah.
I'm getting that's true. This study says when we were talking about distractions, like the lab/cultivated meats approved, while the headlines were all about mini submarines.
That's right.
You're right.
Right. That's right.
Distractions. What we say? what was that stuff we were talking? Let me go bring this stuff back up. Let me go back to these. I gotta use our little poke. Like
Yep.
yeah,
Lies, scandal, 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 deceit, 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 scandal, 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 scandal. Yep. That's
yeah.
right.
There's so much stuff that is out there that we need to you know take our
We're
attention
buried
off.
in lies. We're buried in lies, period. Yes. So we
It's
have to uncover ourselves out of the shallow grave that we're currently in.
yeah,
So,
yeah. We
and
trying
we're
to
going
just
to do it. We're going to do it. Okay. Then this is my motivation. And all we got to do is get started with just one. And then one leads to two, then to three. Before you know it, we might even have, oh, and there's a place out there. I got to dig it up. There's a place out there that they tried to build a community. They have multi-million-dollar homes that are just totally vacant.
oh
They
really?
vacated. Yeah, they ran out of money. That's what it was. Okay. So, I mean, these homes are like 90% finished
And where are they?
out in Arizona. I'm
Oh,
a dig it up again. Yeah, they're out in Arizona. It's a place out there, and they're all the neighborhoods are finished with these homes. Nobody lives in these homes at all, but they're just sitting there. You see
wow.
stuff like that, that you can, figure out a way to purchase that. And these towns are vacated. Whole towns now are being vacated. How come we can't get a town?
Yeah.
Black Wall Street did it in way back in the day.
Well, there was a group in Georgia a few years, maybe about 4 years ago, that
Hmm.
19 families that purchased land in Georgia. I want to
Yeah.
say I don't know
Hmm.
how that's going or whatever, but they look like average families, and they were able to pull their resources and purchase this land. You want to get something hopefully that has infrastructure, you know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you do your research and making sure that you're not gonna have to dig pipelines and all that stuff. But
Well, see,
hey,
I have access to all of those type people here
oh,
in Houston that
bless
I've
you.
known for decades. Okay. I
Mhm.
mean, full architecture work, full surveying work, full land, water, all those type people know how to do all of that. So once we connect and figure out what type of land we're getting into, then I can send him out to check and make sure that it is what it is. You see, so I
Well,
already have all those connections.
Well, I know you have resources because I know a sister called me and was having some issues trying to
Mhm.
sell her property. And
Yep.
I
Got
called you
it.
and mentioned to you about something. The next thing I know, she was thanking me, for
Mhm.
the connect. So I
Yeah.
hopefully I don't know how that has
Yeah, they're still connected. Yeah.
okay,
Hmm.
okay. So she's trying
Hmm.
okay. So at least she
She,
got somebody who's working with
yeah.
her to sell that
Hmm.
property. Okay. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
And I did it all in 1 hour, not less than an hour. She sent pictures to her, and then she sent pictures to me to let me know that they were connected. So I let them be. They're still connected. Beverly is the name of the person that I connected her with.
Well, that's
Beverly
good. That is
Marshall.
good.
Hmm. And I've been knowing Beverly for decades.
And there's folks like you said, you all out there. We
Hmm.
know that amongst us is such a wealth. I know,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
I venture to say Cynthia because you
Hmm.
know people. But I'm saying there is a wealth of knowledge, resource, um,
Yes. Yes.
talent, ability,
Hmm.
tenacity,
Yeah.
courage, and all
Hmm.
that stuff out there in our midst that we need to
Yes.
bring together. And
Yes.
we got to keep the lie. Here we go, because we talk about the 4th of July.
Mhm.
The
Yep.
lie is that we are minorities. Because when you think
Yeah.
in terms of a minor, you think in terms of younger. One, we're
Hmm.
not younger. We the original, so we
No,
got to be the older. You feel like lesser. We're not lesser. It's more of us than it is of them,
we're a
right?
majority. Yeah,
Right. We're the
over
majority.
18.
Right. So, a lot of things that, that's a lie. That's a
Yeah,
lie. That's a lie.
that's a lie.
And it
Everything
only
is a lie.
Right. And
Yeah.
it only, here we go, it only becomes truth when you
Uh-huh.
believe it. But if you look close to the so
Yeah,
called truth, what
that's
do you
it.
see? It's made out of lies.
That's it.
It's made
Lies.
out of lies, y'all. Don't see that.
Yeah,
Looks like,
it is.
but under the
And
microscope,
and let people study, law too, and what words really mean, and that goes into etymology and all that good stuff. And they really won't get it, because I think what happens is that they get so excited to find out that they're not Black or whatever, and then they get overwhelmed, sorta, because it is hard to start getting all these books and reading all this information and trying to assimilate all this knowledge. And I think it becomes overwhelming at times for the newbies coming in. So, you have to how do you bite an elephant or eat an elephant? You bite, take a bite at a time.
One bite
And,
at a time. Yeah.
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 I don't know how that tastes, but
it is. I mean, you start at the lowest point and bring it down. So, but you just got to know, who you are.
Yes.
Oh, look, I'm listening to the firecrackers and
well, it'll probably start here in a minute because I'm an hour behind you. They were shooting last night though here. I mean, it's like
last week. So
oh my God.
they were shooting them off last week. So these folks here, they just want an excuse.
Oh, you should see California. They that old crazy governor out there told them not to. They couldn't shoot firecrackers out there. Girl, I mean, everybody. I was watching on YouTube. Those people got so mad. I mean, I have never seen the fireworks like that in California. Go and look at it on YouTube. I mean, the sky was just going nuts. And of course, a couple of fires started. They were like,
Lock us all up. The whole doggone state. We all
exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
We got to stop being afraid of these folks and just know who we are. You just got to know who
you are. I ain't afraid of nobody. Never happened. Nope. No fear. Fear is of that lower frequency. I try to stay above all that.
Well, they say false evidence appearing real or false expectations appearing real.
All of that.
And it's not, who are you? You are great. You are mighty. You are a spirit being, having a human experience, so to speak, or
in a garb of flesh. Yeah. I'm not spirit sure being in a garb of flesh. That's what
I think we need to leave a human alone, because when I look at human, it
means monster. We're not monsters.
Human. Oh no, I'm not.
I love it.
I mean, we're going to run out of these words that they have, these spelling words.
Yeah, well, it's a spell.
English words that they have
created for that. The English language was created for that, to cast spells, because that was not the original language. So, and then they took out Latin, about 10, 11, 12 years ago, they took out Latin. So they don't want us to know anything. And we don't.
That's what Margaret Mead said. We don't want the people here to know only English. Only English. Because if you take this pencil outside of America, then United States rather, is called something else.
Yes, it is.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. You go somewhere, it's not, they made up stuff for us. And then they said it was cursive, it was spelling.
Well, they try everything. They took cursive out for a while, and I think they put it back in some schools, but not all. They took that out so that the children could no longer read any of the ancient writings. I had that experience going to a museum here. I went to watch the Magna Carta a couple of years ago, and as I was standing there minding my own business, Model European and her daughter was like about 10 or 11. She said, "Oh, honey, can you read that?" And the girl was like sitting there looking at her mom like she was a ghost or something. And I'm being, I'm just sitting there, going, seeing if she could read it or not. And she couldn't read it. And her mama said, "What's wrong? Can't you read that?" And I couldn't take it no more. So, me and my big mouth, I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I said, "I don't think that she knows cursive writing." She said, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "Well, ask her." She asked her daughter. Her daughter said, "Mm-mm." I said, "Ma'am, they no longer teach it in school." Yep. She didn't know that. She didn't even know that. And that was her own daughter.
And they don't even know what they don't know, because if you never present it to them, they don't know they've missed the whole.
No, they don't know. No, because they're being indoctrinated. They're not being taught anything. They're being, that no critical thinking skills are being taught to these children. And these children are being told. And now these teachers that are in these schools, I'm so thankful all for me having children that are no longer in schools, because there's no way I would allow my child to go to any of these schools. And I know it's hard for some people, but again, we need to effectuate our own schools. Like Noble Jewel Ali said. Now I know that we do have a few home schools, but not enough.
Right. Online school for Morris children though is putting out some scholars. So we that
Yes.
right now that's the option. But here's a question: When is Cynthia still part of More
The
TV
TV
channel?
channel.
Are
Yeah,
you?
I am, but I've been on a break for 3 years due to COVID, and also because of the fact that I no longer have a producer because of COVID, and I tried to do it at home for about maybe half a year, but it was very difficult for me to film myself at home. So
Mhm,
all of that's coming back as soon as we get out of this mess that we're currently in, and COVID, that was 3 years of stuff,
mhm,
and again that when they closed down the studio, we couldn't go anywhere. Y'all know that we were on lockdown,
mhm.
so that, and then like I said, me trying to film myself is too much for me. I can't do it. I did it, and then I haven't even been on social media for 4 years. I
Except
gave it all up because it
you
was
come
just
over
too
here.
much.
Except here, the appearances on this channel, you've been kind
Yeah.
of high.
Yeah, see, so that's this is the only thing I do now. On very rare occasions, I'll get on here and say something or do something, but other than that, I just really, on a standstill right now for that because it's just too much for me to have to handle. Producing. At first, I got all my production scripts and everything from California. Then year two, since I'm not an actress, okay, I'm a trainer. I'm not an actress. I can't read scripts. I can't articulate that. I can't do it. Okay. It has to come from my soul or my heart. And so the producers, they used to write my scripts. I just told them, I said, I was getting too frustrated. I said, I can't do this. And so they started letting me do my own. So then I was more comfortable with that. So the last 2 years of me being on More TV, the CME show to be exact, I just decided that, during COVID, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you'll be able to bring that back.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. It's right here. I mean, I have all my scripts right here and all the CME news back here. All of that is still viable, but support,
So,
support.
sister shared with us maids, gardeners, chauffeurs,
Mhm.
bellhops, wet
Yeah.
nurses, cooks, etc. equal family. Uh, yeah, that's why we be looking for new words. Once when we find out what we've been saying, we
Mhm.
try to say, well, what can we say? And I guess kinfolk. Can we kinfolk?
Yeah,
Who are?
we got the whole. I got the whole list. Like I said, I'm gonna have. We're gonna be having little teams together so that everybody can write down all their ideas, all their suggestions, and we're gonna start drilling that stuff down to things that we can accomplish and figure out of all the people that we have available to network with. And if you have a business or if you're a gardener or like you said a chauffeur or whatever,
No,
maid, cook.
that's not what she was saying. She was
Mhm.
sharing that that's what the word family means. That
Yes,
it,
I know that, but I was going the other direction with it.
oh,
Like that's what we're
if
going to be
you happen
getting
to be
to.
that, okay,
Mhm.
all right, cool. I was just trying to make sure you knew that she
Yeah,
wasn't.
I got it. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, and
Well,
and that's what we need, and that's what we're going to be doing.
sing it for us. We can't sing it anymore. We are family.
Got all of my sisters
that's
and
that's that's
sisters.
the problem too with a lot of those like songs about Jesus and stuff. But we got all these songs.
Oh.
if we if we correct our language, then how we can't sing our songs.
Well, they're trying to change grammar and language anyway. I wrote an op-ed on that because they got on my nerves so bad. But yeah, it's like no, you can't change grammar and language. And then anyway, that's off point. I'll leave it alone because I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
But
I'm sorry, brother Neo Venus. I didn't mean to call you a female if I said it. I'm so sorry. I
but
stand corrected. He said I'm a
it's
brother.
new. Oh, it is okay.
It is. That's my. I think I was looking at the Venus part, not the Neo.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
I got. We got it. Like I'm a brother. We got you. Cool.
Oh, okay,
I
Neo.
stand
Yeah,
corrected. Sometimes you can't tell with
that
the name.
other guy never came back with a question either, right?
I don't know if it was a guy or what, but y'all heard me say,
Yes.
ask your question because unless I missed it, let me just
Yeah,
go back.
just go back so we don't miss it
Let me
again.
see
But
that
it's
I
hard
did.
to do when we're talking and trying to look at the chat.
we're good listener skills. Okay, I don't.
So again, if anybody wants to be a moderator for us, please, email me so that we can get training done. I'll do a couple of Zoom classes for you, and then and make sure you have the availability of and time to, to do it, because I understand everybody's working, everybody got things to do. So
yeah. So,
but we need several. So if one can't do it or two can't do it, then we have other options there.
yeah. So no, they did not. They just
Did
told
not.
me that they love me. Thank you so much. So that was
Okay.
so that was the last,
So
that was
sweet.
the last response from them. So okay, I guess
Okay.
and
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying,
if you're still on and listening, come on, just give us the question. We'll be more than happy to answer any question, and if we can't answer, we'll tell you we can't answer it.
yeah.
We all research it for us, for you or whatever.
So tickets are still available. Thank you for all those who have purchased their ticket. We just hopefully, we get a good cross section from all over, because when we start putting together, I'm hoping it's not. Well, no, some of the names are not familiar to me, so I can't remember everybody on the list and everything. But as they purchase, but we need a cross section. We need to be from here, there, and everywhere. Hopefully, and even
it can be done. It was done in Houston. Yeah, we did it here. I mean, from all over the country. So it can be done. So let's do it. All right. And that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, go to the website for for your tickets.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me put that up before we get up out of here. Yeah, and I want you all to know, because I wasn't going to do a show tonight at all. So this is
impromptu.
It's impromptu. Cynthia, Cynthia is somebody we speak often, and we have to with the things that we do together. I mean, we had actually spoken for a few days, but
yeah, there's just a few.
We need to keep up to date, especially with what's coming up, and what's going on, and there's just some things that need to happen. We need to know. We don't want to wait just until the day to know how many people are really coming, because we can't
because we can't plan.
How are we gonna? We need to set up for, especially when we do the breakout sessions, the small groups planning sessions, and so forth. We need to know about the food, that we need to have available.
All of that. It's all logistics. Yeah, we have to have that. It's just like any other event. Most people have been to events before. I mean, those events are not planned the week of or the month of. They're planned 6 months to a year out, actually.
But we did get this information out sooner than we got the last one.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just talking about for future reference. Most events are planned that way. So, we did get our stuff out, and the people that can come, and even if you can't come, and that you're part of this tribe, buy a ticket, donate it to somebody that can't come, that's in the area that may want to come. See, we can start doing stuff like that. Be a blessing to be a blessing, or blessing.
Blessing.
Yeah, I've said it, blessing. But most people know blessing, so you can say both. Blessing. They need to look up the word blessing versus blessing. Yeah, that's a curse.
Blessing is bleeding you. We're not trying to bleed you.
Yeah, because everybody always go, "Achoo, bless you." I said, "Don't be blessing me. Thank you, but no, thank you." They be looking at me like I'm retarded or something. So what is that?
So when we were at the expo, right? When we were at the expo in was it September, October last year?
Yeah.
So I was getting ready to finally get rid of some stuff, and I had this can. This was one of the cans. Not the can, but this was like an example of the can. Like about a month ago, I decided to pop the top and say, "What does it taste like?" And it's sparkling mushroom elixir for energy and focus. This is dragon fruit lemonade. And the other one, I forgot what it was that I had. But anyway,
is it good?
Yeah, I bought 2 cases. now I'm on a subscription plan from Amazon to get it every month.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna get one. Save me one. I want to taste it when I get there.
Yeah,
is it good though? I mean, seriously, do you chill it?
Yeah, I did. I've been drinking them right out of the thing, but I did chill. This is not chilled anymore. It's not chilled. mushroom is really good for y'all.
Yeah,
I do chaga mushrooms mostly, and I got lion's mane and stuff like that.
mhm.
Like some folks
Yeah,
are
I
into,
have lion's mane over here, right there.
yeah.
I made a tincture of it. Yeah.
So people want to know, like Dr. G, what are you doing? You seem to be reversing aging in reverse. Well, not really, but some aspect.
Hey, that's a
And
good thing. I was told I was going to live to be 300. So, okay, let's go.
so I started to call you at 4 o'clock this 4:30.
Should I wake up at 333? You see that every
Right.
morning.
So
You
I
know
was
that.
gonna call you at 4:33, and then I fell asleep because I couldn't wait that long. I was up at 3:33, but it would have been 2:33 at where you were.
Yeah, it's okay.
I said
I'm in my light sleep. It doesn't matter. I answer the phone. I'll be like, hello. Yeah,
my phone doesn't even ring after 10:30. So
when I know you don't get up before 9, so I'll be calling you at 8 o'clock.
I do get up before 9. I just don't have my phone ringing. Actually, no, it actually does ring at 8 now. I changed it, but don't y'all call me because I think the hours are not you, Cynthia, but the hours are like 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, Eastern time. And I'm saying that for y'all who like to call me at 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. 9 to 6.
I love it.
Friday. I mean,
yeah, you have to have your boundaries in everything in life. If you don't, people will run over you. So you have to have that. You have to have time for yourself.
Yeah, don't call me on Sundays unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love. But see, here's my other thing. I'm gonna make somebody mad with this, but I mean this. Sometimes you just gotta make folk mad, but with your truth might make somebody mad, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. Y'all who like to call me all the time. So I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, and I think that's long. Maybe 5, 10. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. But after 10 minutes, I give you my Cash App. It's a consultation. How about that?
Yes. Yeah, well, that's what you mean. That's
2-hour calls, an hour and a half calls. You can talk to me for 10 minutes. Yeah. And after that, you get my Cash App, and then we make it a consult. And that's how we gotta do it.
Consultation.
Because I value I just do it. Yes. I look up and I'm like, it's an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm still talking.
Yeah, no, that's because you're so sweet and you're caring and you don't like rushing people off and you listen. But then you have to recharge because you're absorbing all of that energy from the people.
I'm an empath.
Yeah, see, me too. Me too.
So as an empath, then your stuff becomes my stuff, and now I got to clear my energy to get rid of your stuff. So you feel better because you have told Dr. G all about your troubles, but
and then now you're repairing them.
Now I got them. Now I got to figure out how to clear myself, of the weight of, how can I help you? Who can I refer you to? Why did you tell me that? Now I got to deal with it. I'm serious. So after 10 minutes, it's a consult. And I'm serious. I'm gonna just put my timer on my phone and say, okay. So
that's it.
I have actually made it public.
Yes, you did.
I made it public, but y'all like it or not, and I love you. But you have to, if you got people calling you, like I have people calling me all day, every day for everything that they can think of, then you would understand the burden.
Yeah, and what I want to do too, and I don't know if you already have this available to you, is I want to do a different phone number for you for people versus your personal number.
They still got my number, and the reason why, and I'm sorry that I put that number out there because that particular number that everybody has, I have had that phone number since 2001. So everybody I know who knows me knows that number.
Okay, well then we need to get you another.
I already have another number. I do.
Okay.
Well, that was going to stop ringing. That's what I actually have. I got 2 other numbers.
Okay. All right, sis. I'll figure it out. We got to get you a secretary or something.
You see us working our business right here in front of you. We letting you in on the
that's what it's all about. Yeah.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's true.
It's true.
We don't have anything to hide. Like I said, we're transparent, and that's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about anything deep today, other than lies. you know.
Look, Raising L's, thank you for dropping the knowledge. According to science, there is 7 days in a year. And you're right.
You're right.
There's only 7 days. And then they just
That's
keep,
it.
you know.
Yeah. I love that one. I remember when I first learned that one too. Those the years ago. Yeah, that's so, and that's mind provoking too, because a lot of people like, what you mean 7 days in a year? You know,
It's like 65 days. You know?
I love that. That was awesome. Who sent that in? I want to see who sent that in.
Oh, that was Raising L's. Raising L's.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
Raising L's. Okay, cool. That was
They
cool.
said, and I'm not sure whether Raising L's is a sister or brother, because I don't want to make those, but that Raising L's is wanted to be trained as a moderator.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, I should be. Let me see if I got a email from him. Let's see.
So actually,
Here on here. See if I have an email from him or her.
Oh, check this out. Like, okay, since I'm saying so, I just in this book, and by the way, these books are by a modern European. That's what makes it so, interesting. This one World, One America, Tartarians and Moors, has a picture. You know how you talked about Wakanda, and it's real current because it has the picture of the new book. I mean, the new movie, the latest. You remember the when they did the second one, and they had the here it is. Where we get it.
Okay, I haven't gotten Raising L's yet. Request for moderator, but I got LaChris. She wants to be a moderator.
Oh, LaChris, she's she actually has
Richie Taylor III. He wants to get the book list, so I'll be sending all that out to him. So, yeah. Okay, so Raising L's, I'm waiting on you to get your information.
Yeah. So let me just read this. Right, this is another.
Go ahead. I'm just on here to figure out.
Wakanda Forever, and it says Tenoch Huerta. That's that. Remember the second movie where they had those water people? Hopes Wakanda Forever helps Latin Americans embrace their roots. But it says Washita plus Canada equals Wakanda.
Huh. That's
so
interesting.
Movies being made about Latin American and African connections. That's what it says. So it's basically, this book is very current because it's talking about and got pictures from that latest Black Panther movie in it.
I didn't watch the second one. I didn't. Did you watch the second one?
I went. Yeah, I saw it.
I did. Is it good? Okay. They out here shooting now. You hear that? They out here going nuts.
I hear yours. Yeah, they need to calm down here.
That's guns.
Yeah,
that's guns. They out here shooting their guns.
That's Texas, right?
Yeah, that's Texas.
We got firecrackers.
No, we got guns out here.
But Cynthia, speaking of guns, what you do with guns?
What I do with the guns?
Tell us before we leave what you do, what you do in your little cell.
Oh, well, I'm an weapons trainer for one, and I shoot weapons as well as bow and arrows, and I train people to do that. So if they want to get their licensed carry stuff and all that, you can do it several ways. Depending on where you are. If you're here in Texas, you don't necessarily have to have it, but I always make sure my students have it, for, other nefarious reasons. Okay. So it doesn't take long. You can do the online, the written part online, and then you can go in and do the training at a facility. Okay. And then get your CL license on that. So
what kind of guns do you shoot? Are you proficient?
I have a Glock 19 is my favorite. That's the one I carry every day with me. And then I have an APX, which is my front of home, defense. If anybody comes to my door, I have a security door first because I don't like to open the door and somebody's in my face. So if I open the door and somebody's out there with nefarious means or whatever, I can grab it. Okay. And boom. And then I have an AR-15, and that's the weapon that I'm doing tactical training in October here on. And the tactical training is mostly military training. So that's why I got to get my arms together, because we have to hold the weapon, all pretty much half the day. So, and if your upper body is weak, you can't do it. It's no way.
Wow.
So yeah, so
She
I'm doing
bad,
that.
y'all. She bad, y'all. 5 foot. You taller than me? Well,
One, 5 foot
silly
one.
than me. I'm 5'2".
Yeah. Well, they call me Robin Hood over at the archery place.
Why is that? Because you're a good
Well,
archer.
because I can shoot very well. No one, I was never trained in shooting,
But that
bow
was
and arrow.
what you did in your last life.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Or one of not maybe not your last life, but one of your previous lives.
yeah, yeah. So again, that stayed with me. And to see, what people don't understand is that, energy never dies. So if, say, for instance, we're here now, that when we transition, if we're awake and like we are, we can carry most of those memories with us. So again, I guess I carried that memory when I came, because from age 3 to 16, I had a reoccurring dream every single night. And at 16, it just stopped. I don't know why. I don't know. It would take me up to that fighting point, and then it would go dark. So I was fighting, and all of a sudden it went dark. So I don't know if I was killed at that moment, or if that was as far as my memory would take me. I don't know for sure. But
Mhm.
I retained the talent of swords. I have swords as well.
Mhm.
Okay. So I can sword fight. And I have, machetes and knives. I've had that innate ability to use. So, you know, it's all,
And a chef. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, I've never pulled a gun or weapon on anyone. Okay. Because when I pull my weapon, trust me, you will be shot. Okay. I'm not
that's
going to pull no weapon threatening you to do nothing, get back, what you're doing. None of that. Okay. And that's why I train myself. I train myself in emotional control, you see. So, and I train myself in knowing different scenarios that may be red flags that I need to know about, But I carry my weapon with me, everywhere I go, only because, just in case,
yeah,
I have to protect myself.
absolutely.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
so does everyone else, and that's going to be a key component coming up in the future as well. Is that you have to be able to protect yourself, even if you have a man that's going to protect you. You also have to protect your man's back. Okay, how are you going to be sitting in the house screaming and hollering? Somebody's trying to break in and bombarding your man. You got to hold his back. Okay, so if you can't do that, what are you gonna what good are you really? Okay, so again, I teach people that, especially when it comes to community protection, then the women not only have to cook and clean and take care of the children, they got to be able to hold the men's back. So that's what I teach.
There you are. There you are. And listen, I
Mm,
wanted to throw this. Somebody, Matt, put this: food ingredients are now bioengineered, GMO renamed,
yes.
regional. Yes,
Mm,
I look for that. That's the word I look for now. Matt is
yeah.
bioengineered, and if it says, I mean, everything from Oreo cookies and all that stuff is
Oh yeah.
bioengineered. You don't
Yeah.
need that. If it say
No,
bioengineered, just put it down. Just put
just
it
put it
down.
down.
Put it back.
Yeah.
Put it back. And it's normally sitting
Yeah.
because they don't want you to, they don't want you to know that they changed the name and you're looking for GMO. No, it has changed. It is
Mhm.
bioengineered and it is the
And
same thing.
see people like Mac and other people in the chat room who know all this stuff. See, this information can be gathered and put on the website for people to go and see, instead of us trying to research everything ourselves. See, this is what I like about people that are actually involved, uh,
Hmm.
just to say, hey, now make a list of engineered foods.
Yeah.
Because there are certain numbers on the fruits and vegetables that tell you that too. Maybe we can make a list like that. Say, hey, you go to the store, you see 00999 or whatever, that's bioengineered. Leave that alone. You see,
Hmm.
another number, blah, 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 blah. You can go ahead and get that. That's real organic. So stuff like that, little stuff like that. See, that sizzled in my spirit when I saw that, because I was like, yeah, okay, now there's other people that know that. We can use that information for the masses,
That's
to
right.
know. Mm-hmm.
And that's what we want to do: get this information out. And we
Yeah.
who know, and we have kinfolk, relatives, whatever we are,
Right.
that need to know stuff, and they have done things to their bodies, over the last couple 2 or 3 years, and so maybe they will
Yeah.
be more prone to listen. I mean, Cynthia and I were talking today about a mutual friend that we know that
Mm-hmm.
did certain things a few years ago, and we were like, that's
Yeah.
not good. And now we're hearing that they have had all kinds of things happen medically that are happening to them, and we knew it. We knew that it was. We felt that it was going to be that, but you couldn't tell them that because they were allowing themselves to be drawn into. Well, we want to travel, or people have said, "Well, we want to travel."
Yeah.
Now, even most of those travel restrictions are
Yeah.
even
They didn't
lifted.
travel.
Yeah, you could try. You didn't need to travel then.
No.
Now you can travel, but you're
You
sick.
can't travel. You're incapacitated. Yeah. See, and people still can't mention what that is.
And it's
That's crazy.
lies and deceit. But
Yeah.
somebody sent me a really, really, really good video that had a lot of that information. Matter of fact, that the thing that I put up that showed lies, deceit, and all that. That was a screenshot that I took from that particular video. It was very, 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 very good. I don't believe I'm saying this, but if you wanted, you could text Cynthia.
Yeah. and I can give it to you. And also, what I want to say too, you can text me anybody that's not coming to the Soulful Summer event or any event. If you guys want to participate, go ahead and email me what your skill sets are, if you have a business or not, and we will add you to the list. How you like that?
What list we gonna add them to? The list.
Well, we're creating a list at our event. Remember, we're gonna create a list of people who have skill sets and what people do, what businesses they have. So those people who are not coming, even though they're listening and they're part of our tribe online and on the internet all across the world, then they can still participate or even start their own little communities wherever they are.
I wanted to say this, that Cynthia Chris is ready. She has emailed me a few days ago, and she's waiting for information from me. We are going to start our marketplace or I think we call it market share on the website, and for a very, 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 very nominal fee, we will list your business on the website, links to your products or services there, and
yes, and also. What I was thinking too, sis, is the banners that you're running to, that should be included in that fee, that minimal fee.
Yeah, because folks don't pay anything for this.
No, and that's free marketing, So again, if we gotta generate some type of finance for the things,
whatever. I don't want to call it income, but you know what it is. Support, because we are providing a service. We are providing a service. So Cynthia Chris is ready to move to the market share on the website. And like I said, I don't know all of the what for is what, but she's waiting for my information. So
I got Raising L's email. It just came in.
Is it she or he?
He.
She? Is it he?
This is Brother Brandon L from Raising L's. My tribe and I are loving.
I'm glad I didn't call him a her because I wasn't sure.
Well, it would have been a mistake. My tribe and I are loving every moment of this build. I am truly interested in the moderator role. My contact number is blah, 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 blah. So
cool.
Yeah, I'll get back to him. I love that. Thank you so much. We love you too so much. Thank you.
Here's somebody who says, I'm a natural also. My gifts. Oh, wait a minute. Something else. Oh, here we go. They say I'm a natural shooter too, sis.
Okay.
And then said, my gifts are always with me. I never train. I just picked up the weapon and knew what to do. Ruthless too, like my ancestors before me.
Okay.
And then,
all right.
And a boxer too. So I'm not sure if Sharifa, who are you? It's hard to tell with population. I don't know, but because we boxer, I guess it could be a boxer.
Again, since I am a weapons trainer, Sharifa, you can email me and I can send you some of my one of my training manuals, that I use if you want. I'm so excited that you are picking up a weapon and trying to learn to just shoot it. But there's a lot of intricate training that I want you to know about, not to train you saying that you don't know what you're doing, but there's a few things about a weapon easy, like jams, for instance, that you must know about how to clear those. They're never taught when you go to these little training centers, and it's very important that you know how the difference between a jam and just clicking stuff off like that. Okay, so I can give you that information. So if you ever get into a situation where your gun jams, just know the difference. And okay, so email me.
I haven't shot a gun for 44 years.
Last year you did. It was
Oh,
a
yes,
year.
I
It was
did.
during COVID.
I'm
Yes, you
lying.
did. You shot
I sure
yeah,
did.
you did. You sure did. Because I told you. Yeah.
I went to the range. I did. I
Yes,
do
you
have.
did good too, because you did a video. It's on Facebook.
I know. I forgot. But before that, I had only shot when I was in the military at age
Yeah.
24. So that was that's what I'm saying. I almost forgot about it.
I was proud of you.
Well, anyway, and I bought myself some headphones, but I didn't get the weapons. I'm starting from the bottom up.
That's good. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, because when you learn how to hold and you feel comfortable with the weapon, then you're not afraid to use it. But most people, they're afraid to use it because they don't know how. That's all. So, it's easy.
Yeah. Sharifa Brown said, I'm shy. So I'm not sure. Sharifa, are you a sister or a brother? That's all I want to know. I have these thoughts in my mind of what names.
What it sounds like, what we really don't know. So
I'm not sure. First, my husband trains me in American Average says she says her husband trains her in Kung Fu. Martial arts is everything too. And we need those skills. We need those skill sets to be taught to others.
Yes. I love it.
Hand-to-hand combat and all that stuff.
Yeah, tell her just to email me. I'd like to ask her a couple of questions offline too.
Well,
tell her to email me if she can, because that's good to know. Especially for women. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's good.
And I have something too. And look, I know we just going on and on, y'all, but it's like that when you're just sharing information.
Yeah, that's all we do.
I'm gonna be I recently learned about something that deals with the lymphatic system. Besides the fact that some folks struggle with stuff like, say, lymphedema, where they might have swelling in the legs, or maybe in different parts of the body, or maybe different issues that are because of their blockages. And the lymphatic system is like a whole network running through your whole body, right up under the skin. But I've learned from this doctor who he was previously a chiropractor, and he has a what is it? He has a method for, like, a 6-point method for clearing the lymph. And I've been doing this stuff every day, and I want to tell you, I'm literally seeing swelling coming off a plate, like how you have a little fat in the bag and different things. And I'm saying the only thing I'm doing is doing these 6 points every day in 6 places on my body, and it takes me about less than 10 minutes to do the whole routine.
That's great. Yeah, see,
I think what I'll probably do is demonstrate it on the Sunday, during the Sunday event, because Deborah's going to be doing qigong. She's going to be giving instruction in qigong. So that's another for her. I mean, she's lost like 85 pounds. So I guess she really knows what it is between
that's going to be good.
Yeah, she's doing qigong. No, but I'm gonna show people how to do lymphatic drainage on a real easy method that will not only clear maybe the lymph, but may even take some weight off without exercising or dieting.
That's great, because if the lymph is stale in your body, well, then that causes all kind of trouble.
Absolutely. Now, one of the plants that we have growing in the backyard of House of Reawakening Minds is actually cleavers. Cleavers is a lymphatic support and drainage herb. And that so but I just wasn't able to harvest it before it went to seed.
Yeah. But well, we just found out about it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was cool at the time, but
Yeah.
my dog comes in every day with little bead seeds stuck to him. But the
Mhm.
seeds can be harvested, although they're really tiny, roasted and made into a coffee.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
can drink this coffee made out of cleavers that will actually help to move the lymph in your body, which
Right.
is the cause of a lot of a lot of issues. So that's one of the things that I'm going to. Okay, Sister Sharifa, thank you. I'm glad that she said my name means honesty and the noble one. All right. But yeah, but she's another warrior who's shy though. She's a
Perfect.
shy warrior. She's a shy
Yeah. Now, hey, you have to watch those shy ones though. They
warrior.
dangerous. Yeah.
Thank you, T. Warren. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and we doing what we're doing, and we are we're letting you know that you can be young and youthful, as vibrant as you
Mhm.
want to, and it's truly up to you. It is
Yeah.
absolutely up to you, and
Mhm.
I'm hoping to see a lot of you this month at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Um,
28 more days.
no, no, we don't have 28 days. Today's the 4th. It starts on the 28th.
Oh, does?
Yeah.
So how many days is that? That's 24 more days.
24 days. So we don't have 28 days. We have 24 days.
4 days.
And you'll be here sooner than that. So I'll
Oh,
see
of
you.
course, always. Yeah, me and
Next
Chris.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she'll be here
We'll be
in
there.
19 days. Yeah. So
Hmm.
we'll try to get some stuff done prior to. But
Hmm.
again, we need you to come on and go on the website, get your ticket. If you want, if it's two of you, I have not taken down the discount ticket. I don't know whether. Wait, first of all, I'm not sure. Maybe Chris did. I don't know, but it's still. If you had the link, you can still get to the link. It'll take you to PayPal, but I'm not sure how many days I'll keep it up because it was supposed to go down after the 30th. But I just thought, let me just leave it up a few days and see if somebody still wants to get their ticket for a discount. Otherwise, we don't mind taking a full price. Yeah. Thank you for those whoever said that they like my outfit fit. I had to
Yeah,
put on something very, very cool.
it's very beautiful. And
I
we
just
got another email from Brittany Berry. She says,
okay.
"Greetings. I am watching you and Dr. G right now on YouTube. Thank you for taking the time to present tonight. I have learned a lot and hope to follow your work and utilize your services. You mentioned you have a firearms training guide. I have copied my husband on this email as well. Are you able to send us the guide? Thank you."
Here you go. Here you go.
See, yeah,
So,
okay.
and Cynthia, show them our book.
Oh
Mine
yeah,
is there. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I haven't even been marketing that yet, but we're gonna do that. Let me go get it because it's downstairs. Hold on. Talk
Oh,
until I
you're
get back.
going downstairs. What?
Yeah,
Do you want
you
me?
got your
Let me do this for a minute. Let me see.
okay. Yeah, because I
Let
got
me.
it downstairs.
Okay, I'm putting you there, and I'm going to walk around to where it is up here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's up
Yes,
here.
basically what it is, you guys, is just, we just decided during COVID, with COVID and everything that's happening here on the planet, we just decided to give you some,
Oh, you know
old
what?
school.
Mine is downstairs on the shut
Well, see, I could have went and got mine faster. You want me to go get it?
Yeah, because mine is
Okay. Yeah. All right. Take me
y'all,
on.
y'all, listen, y'all. She's going to get hers. All right, y'all. Just a minute. We just want to show you. We just want to show you the. Just want to show you that. Dr. G. Okay, let me read something. Me and my mom and daughter sent word to you an email. How we haven't heard anything from you. You probably are on the list. Me, my mom, and wait a minute, me, my mom, and daughter. When did you send it? It probably didn't say Warrior Justice. So just text me and say what your name is, and I'll text you back to make sure you're on the list.
Okay.
Okay, that if you don't mind
Okay.
doing it. Okay, I probably.
All right. I'm back. Okay. Here's our book.
Okay, yeah, Big Mama's Apothecary, Kitchen Apothecary, and the front and the quote on the front is from our brother Rod Hayes,
Yeah.
and it says,
Big Mama's Kitchen is the nourishing truth, he says. Yeah. So basically, like I said, the thought process behind it was during I got my out of breath from running up and down the stairs.
Okay. Take your time.
Yeah. Anyway, the way this came about was during COVID, when everybody was, in the house, and I started thinking about, what we always think about. We're in the middle of things that we need to start thinking about cooking. We need to start thinking about our food supplies. We need to start thinking about a lot of things. But then I thought about my grandmother, and Nyla said, wait, we used to have all these things back in the day that took care of everything. And we were like, yeah, all the different herbs and stuff. We just really got into that. And then I said, okay, well, we can do something. We can write a book about the herbs that are medicinal, that can help people do, fix different things, and, help have it as an emergency kit. So various, different things. And so that's how it all came about. And we just started writing and getting it together and getting some of my grandmother's old recipes. And all the herbs in here, most of you all have heard of every last one of them, but maybe you haven't heard about old school ways to utilize them. And it's not intense, but it's a beautiful book. It's all in color. I love it. We worked very hard on it, so it's just really nice. And I just love it. Oh, let me show y'all something. This is really cool. I love it. My sister, we got her in here too, her picture in here, about her chokeberry. You still got chokeberry, sis?
I sure do.
Okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's get rid of it, okay? Because that's a beautiful thing. I always keep my box. And matter of fact, one of my clients wanted to get some of that, and I didn't give her the link to yet. Elizabeth Humphrey. She's a lawyer. I've been doing her since she was like 9 years old, and servicing her. And
she began to.
I gave her some time.
Wax. 9 years old.
Would you stop?
Auntie Cynthia, so Sister Sharifa said that you you just look just like my aunties, my father's sister, father's mother, looked just like my aunt. And
really? Hey, I might be, because y'all, I didn't say anything, but Deborah Smith is my actual cousin. And we didn't find that out until I was there in March. Yeah. See how it's a small world. Yes. Yes.
You didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. She told you.
No, she didn't.
Deborah, yes, she did. She said she told you. Yeah. Yes. Well, okay. Well, you fight it out with her. Yeah, she's actually my actual cousin, Clark. Yeah, down in North Carolina. We all Clarks. Okay. Yeah.
So you can get tickets for the event on our website, which is www.houseofrealawakeningminds.com. And let me just run up the.
And I'm bringing this again to the event, so that we can, I sold some last time, and I'm shipping some more out, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. But I hate to take up the time for everybody else. But again, basically, women need to learn how to cook. A lot of women these days do not know how to cook. Okay, so, and then garden. Most people never garden. Most people never canned food. So, but my idea was for this year was to teach, and I don't want to, what am I trying to say? I want to do it like videotape the training, and then, let it go. And that way we don't have to be live and do it. And I'll be trying to look and see who's doing. But I want to get in there, and I want to show you guys how to make tinctures, how to make some of these simple recipes in this.
And
see,
different things.
Yeah, and see, and Nyla, my sis here, she's already. She's going to town with the herbs and stuff.
Yeah, you can make teas. The difference between making an infusion versus a decoction or a tincture. And what do you have in your backyard? Normally, is something that you need. Is right there. See Cynthia's pyramid. She see her copper pyramid in the background.
Yeah,
get up under that pyramid.
Yeah, I do my meditations under there. Okay. There it is.
Yeah,
I sit right there on that pillow.
Top of my copper pyramid over here, but I don't have it put together so I can get under it, because
And see, and I make tinctures, so,
She makes yoni oil, y'all.
yes. Oh, yeah. That's for the ladies. I'm bringing some of that so that y'all can go ahead and scoop that up too, so that y'all can take care of all that and make sure everything stays.
So we do. Okay, we do. Yeah. So we do things.
Yes, we
You know,
do.
and we rep it for the ones that are over the age of maturity.
Yes,
So
maturity.
we're,
Yes.
we're,
Yeah.
we're but I don't like I said, you got some folks that say, well, we're the young people. Yeah, come on, young people, because we are elders. We are definitely elders, but
Absolutely.
we're not rocking chair elders. Okay,
Hmm.
so we're not sitting back, on a rocking chair and rusting or
Never
anything.
have. I never have.
We're
Yeah.
very, so I may be younger than my oldest son. I think I'm younger than my son.
Uh-huh. I
See this.
love it. I love it. I really do. But yeah,
Lady,
we've been busy. I mean, like I said, we're writing books. We're doing everything, and I'm trying to get my sister to go ahead and redo her poetry book after 3 years of asking. But
I'm not
you know,
redoing it, Cynthia. I'm at doing the next um installment in it, which is
okay,
additional poems and things
okay,
that I've written since I published the other ones. But I will take the hair pieces. I said not hair
yes,
pieces, but
yeah,
the
yeah,
poems about
mm,
hair, and I'm going to put them all in the new book together because
that
I
would
think
be
it's
so
important.
yeah,
I think it's important that it's an important discussion right now,
yes, it
with
is,
our hair and the fact that we need to love ourselves more.
yeah,
You
you know.
know,
And the mere fact that they had to make a law to outlaw the fact that we couldn't wear our braids in corporate America and couldn't
like
wear
the
our
Crown
natural.
Act or something called the Crown
Yeah,
Act.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, "Are you people crazy or what? You gonna make a law to say that we can now wear our hair natural? I mean, come on."
Excuse me. I've been natural ever since. I went and worked in government, and I had natural hair, and I wore African.
Well,
Well,
mine is all natural. It's all natural. I don't, it's AC, what I call AC Doocy hair. I wish I could it could nap up, but it just goes halfway.
this is a poem. Check this
Oh
out.
wow, that's beautiful. I
It's,
love that. That's you.
this me, and I want to read it. I wrote this in 2014, and this is going in another book. It's called "Hey Hair," and
Hey
it was
hair.
a letter to my hair. Right? It
Yeah.
says, "Hey hair, it's been a long time since I've seen you in your natural state. You look
Mhm,
real good, and you must be feeling great. Hey hair, now that you've broken up with all those lies, LYES, don't
mhm,
get entangled with so-called natural guys who use
mhm,
the word oh so loosely just to get hair like yours to use it. Hey hair, it's time you stood on your own. You've got
mhm.
strength and resilience equal to bone. But if
Hey.
you get into the marketing hype, you might
Mhm.
end up with hair that's not really your type. Your nine ether composition is one of a kind, a royal crown
Yes.
that encircles your mind, your spiritual antenna that keeps you in tune with cosmic reality and cycles of the moon. Hey hair, you're naturally destined to go far. You don't have a clue how envious others are of
Mhm.
every every kink and every gnat makes you a star. Hey hair, you're beautiful just the way you are.
Yes. Hey,
That
I
was my
love that. That
that was
was
my
so
Hey
stunning.
Hair poem,
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. I
which
love
is one of
that.
the
Yeah.
words that go in the new book, along
Okay.
with,
Yeah.
along with
See,
hair cares and the other
mhm.
hair what I wrote. So
I love
those
that.
hair,
It's so beautiful,
hopefully
sis.
those are encouraging and
And I just wanted to thank all the audience this evening too, because you guys have really came through this evening, and everybody seemed like the energy feels relaxed. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to, say thank you so much for being here this evening. You could have been doing anything. You could have been doing the electric slide and eating all the meat and everything else tonight, but you didn't. You came in here and you listened and you participated, and it just feels, really nice Just wanted you
Well,
guys
it's
to know.
not nice. It's good. You know, we
You
check.
know, there we go again. Yeah, nice. Good.
But we have to check each other so that we
Yeah,
know. So
that's right. Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
Sharifa has look. We got a sister. We're gonna adopt her as a daughter.
Who?
Sharifa.
Oh,
Sharifa. She says,
Sharif.
look, she says, I live in Charlotte, but I'm from Buffalo. I can teach people how to cook. I don't eat meat though. That's cool. Most folks
That's
don't.
we. Yeah, we don't either. Yeah, too.
We love meatless stuff. She says she's interested. Thank you. Let's see.
Okay, tell her. Yeah, tell her to email because, like I said, once
Oh,
I
here
get
she is. She
started,
says she's in her 40s, but looks like she's 25 minus her beautiful gray hair. Well,
okay.
yeah. I just, I'm one of those folks, and I don't know about you, Cynthia. I think you are. Are you natural too, like that? That's your
Yeah,
natural hair?
yeah. I'm natural. See. Yeah,
Yeah.
always. I don't do any of that. What you call it stuff. Yeah.
Somebody accused me in a picture that I posted, said that I would be fine if I took off my false eyelashes and my cracked lipstick.
Well, I don't do no
You know
false.
why I'm laughing? Because I do not wear false
I don't
eyelashes.
wear makeup. I just wear lipstick and eyeliner sometimes. That's
I
it.
got
And
makeup.
I
I
comb
got a
my
little
own
lipstick on it.
eyelashes. I
Yeah,
will.
I'll
I
put the
don't know how
eyeshadow
to
on.
do all that stuff. I never learned how to do all that stuff. I ain't got
I
time.
don't have false eyelashes either. So
Yeah.
that
And
was
what you see is what you get. And I will be growing old gracefully. And whoever don't like it, they can just move on with it. You know what I
that's
mean?
right. And
Yeah. I ain't
I'm
trying. I'm too old for it. I ain't trying to keep up with nobody. Nope. It is what it is. Take
I
it. Leave
am.
it. Yeah.
We are just who we are.
That's
We want
it.
to show you how I'm not ashamed of my age, and I don't think Cynthia is, but I don't tell other people's age. But I'm 68, so I feel that I represent for the 68, the 60 years old, and almost the 70s,
Yeah.
coming in. So I'm all right with that. I could be a
Well,
lot
I mean, what is age but a number?
number.
People
It's a number.
get all tied up into that stuff. You're over the age of minority, then you're grown. If you got good sense, a lot of people don't. But okay, but you're still a grown person, so you need to be acting
But they
like
say
that.
I'm grown AF. Yes, I am.
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
I am. Yes, I am.
I
Yes,
love it. I love
but
you too.
we are definitely please go to the website. Look, Chris, I hope you still have the link up for the tickets so folks can get their tickets. If you
Mhm.
don't, if you can't find a ticket, please text me. Wherever you see that 302-345-0500 number, that's you can text me. And if you want
Yeah.
tickets,
And a dream of ours for the future is always moving forward. Any of our events, we will be having it videotaped so that we can, put it into a CD or something that you guys can purchase to see what actually happened. So all these things are ideas that we had and have, and we'll be implementing in 2024, inshallah.
yeah, we certainly will, and we're appreciative of you hanging out here with us. Like Cynthia said, you could have been barbecuing and doing
Doing the
whatever.
last.
Yeah, doing the lecture slide and celebrating freedom that never happened. But you chose to be here. You
Yeah.
chose to be with us instead, and we are grateful. And we went way over, the 2 hours. But when time flies if it is, the time is. I call that a what is that? That construct that they make because there is no time. And
There
it's
isn't.
just
I
it's
have
just
never worn a watch in my life, and everybody gives me watches for whatever reason. I have no clue. So, but I don't. I've never been that person. I wake up automatically at 3 in the morning. I've never been late. I get up automatically. So if I want to sleep in, I'm awake, but I'm sleeping in. Like it rained the other day, and I was like, you know what? I don't have to go anywhere today. I'm just gonna sleep in. So I'll get up at my regular time at 3. Then I'll just sort of fall back to sleep or in that twilight zone where you're not really asleep, but you're resting.
wow, yeah, that's it. And there's a lot of things. Learning how to relax, learning
Yeah.
to take to meditate. Oh,
And that's when I meditate in the morning, the early when nobody's up and everything is quiet. You can just sit there and just go within. That's where the church is. That's where Christ is inside.
wow. Suspicious sign-in attempt prevented. Somebody tried to sign into my account in California.
What?
Mm-mm.
What account?
It's no. It's that's what it says. House of Reawakening Mind. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I don't want to say it. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it was LaChris. It could have been LaChris because she's in
Oh, okay.
California. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to say it wasn't me. I'll call
Yeah.
her and see if it was her.
Yeah. It
I
probably
wanted
was.
to find the what were we just saying? It was somebody I wanted to put. Oh yeah. Her name is her. Not her. His sons. We have somebody that I think will be at the event, and I
Oh.
wanted to put down what he does. He has the glasses that with the little pinholes in them.
Oh yeah, the ones you showed me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of those.
And
Yeah,
he
that's
has the
cool.
pinhole glasses and something else, but it actually helps you. It trains your eyes so eventually you don't need glasses. So if you haven't, don't want to have surgery or something like
Yeah,
that,
I
yeah,
wish, I used to have contacts when I was working in corporate America, but with the powder that I use and it irritates my eyes. So I have to use glasses now. And I hate it because you have to put them on your nose and then you have to make sure those things don't make marks on your nose and stuff. And
yeah. I wanted to read this what he does. Okay, so
mm,
he does healing. He does energy sessions with
mhm,
meditation.
mhm.
He does let me see, chicken. He also has some cannabis infusions, magic mushroom teas. Yeah, he got look. We talked about that, Cynthia. He has these most amazing cookies. I'm just gonna call them. I just love her cookies. Cookies. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So, uh, so thunder and lightning rainwater is great for hair growth. Okay. I
And
got to collect some out there. So it does
oh
work for
my
hair.
God,
Yeah.
love
Well, we
it.
appreciate you. It's look, we're getting close. Well, thank you, MW. You say
What?
you're lying, but I believe you. Damn, Dr. Chi, you looking good for 68. We say you're lying, but I believe you.
Brittany, here's the my shooting guide that I do. It's right here, and it's about I think it's about maybe 10 pages. So I'll reproduce this for you,
Can
and
you
then
put it
here
um can it be emailed
also
or
have a weapons inventory sheet so you can keep track of all your weapons, and that's a good idea for you to do, especially when you have your shooting license wherever you're from. I don't know what y'all laws are, but if you have your weapons, it's a good idea to put all your weapons on the sheet.
Mhm.
So I have all that here.
So we just want to say again, we are getting to the end of this session, which has been like almost 3 hours. I feel like Friday. I still for 3 hours. And
Well,
so
and when you're talking and you're comfortable and people are, and you're just, giving information, the time goes by so fast. And
Mhm.
then, for the people who want more lies, again, I'm getting these books together. You guys buy the books, you read it, you research, we talk about things, and you retain knowledge. That's it. And
And
then
I
apply
think
knowledge.
right, that's what I said. I think Cynthia, when you know things, and a lot of times, and especially when folks that don't look like us write some of these
Mhm.
things, for us, for some reason, we believe it more. But just the fact that you get the opportunity to expose yourself to options that you weren't
Right.
taught in school because they were deliberately giving you the reconstructed history in order to
Absolutely.
steer you in a certain way. So when you learn about the Tartarians, if you've heard about Tartary, for instance, you may not
Mhm.
necessarily know that they were talking about us,
Yeah.
right?
A
And
lot
not
of
only
a lot of times.
yeah. So all of these things, you're reading the Bible and you thinking it happened over there and it happened over here. Whatever they're talking about, they took the story, concocted it in a
They
way that
did. It's a lot of stuff in the Bible that, they
yeah,
manipulated.
yeah. So we just want to. We're just telling you in general, because people celebrate the 4th of July. It's the
Mhm.
4th of July. It's just
Yeah,
another
that's
day.
it.
Tomorrow's the 5th of July. Yesterday was the 3rd of July. How about that?
Yeah, the
So
whole month is a lie.
we
Okay, okay.
coming back. We coming together on the 28th, 29th, and 30th of July. But we're gonna tell the truth.
Yes.
That's the
So
difference.
yeah, so you guys, try to, like I said, try to make it if you can. If you can't, we love you so much, and we love you for being here and listening to us this evening. And hey, I'm just glad to meet the people that reached out already. So I'll be getting back to each and every one of you,
Mhm.
probably tomorrow or the day after, but I will be, reaching out. So the
And
moderators are going to be very important, and it's going to be the top priority for me right now, is because when Ayala has these platforms, it's very important that she has the help. And I know some people, they get upset when they can't get their questions acknowledged, but see, the moderators would be responsible for doing that. She won't have to worry about that. She can take that off her mind and her plate.
I will
So
say that. Let me say this: where you're saying that when it comes to like on the website,
mhm,
a sister LaChris does a yeoman's job of answering those questions. So if you're not
mhm,
talking directly to me or Grand Chic on the website, but if it's a question that she needs to bring to
right.
us to help answer, she will. But if she can answer it, she stops a lot of, yeah, so she does that, you know what I
Mhm,
mean? And she does that being in her own right. She is an awesome and busy,
yes.
TV producer, writer, she's
Yeah, so I'm
she,
gonna get with her, and she's gonna be the main moderator, and we're just gonna go over some things, and she can also help train the moderators from there on, because she's already doing it
yeah,
basically.
she does it for the
Mhm.
website and she
Yeah,
answers
so
questions and so
that'll
forth.
help out a lot. That'll help out a lot. And see, things like that is so cool and so, refreshing to see, and to think that, people, like, she's amazing. I mean, she, like you said, she has her own life, and she, donates all
She's
this time.
celebrated. I mean, she's
Yes.
award winning,
Oh,
and
yes,
she's doing this.
absolutely.
To me, it's like menial task to take care of
Yeah.
this. I mean, it's a
I
big task,
love her.
but
I
to
love
me, it
her.
should be below
I
her.
felt even bad. She's gonna do I have a project she's gonna do a website for, but it's like I felt so bad. I mean, she works so hard and she's quick, and I was like, oh my God. I said, I'll wait. I said, because I was like feeling so bad. She's
I love
so
her.
so wonderful. I mean, to work with. I mean, that's what I love, because
She's doing
I'm
a
a
great
very
big thing right
organized
now with,
person.
yeah, and she's doing a big for her own family, but she offered to
Yeah.
help me with mine. She's doing
See?
the genealogy. She's doing the genealogy search, and
Hmm.
she's just so she's not playing with that. She's like
Yeah. Yeah.
traveling to go, she's really doing the work. And so,
Yep.
stuff that we need to know. But
That's
again, yeah, we definitely get ready to go because it's like 250, 2 hours and 57 seconds. All right, Razor, yeah. So I'm going. We could probably talk all night, but we're not gonna do
yeah,
that.
we do. Yeah, we have done that. Okay.
Thank you, Slim. He
Hey,
enjoyed it.
son. How
Thank
are you, son?
you, Slim.
He's still on.
Yeah, he just said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he just said that. I guess he is. So we good. We good. We got 2 minutes. We can ready to go. Last word, Cynthia.
Hey, I done said my last words. I just wanted to thank everyone else for this evening. It was really great to be on this evening discussing some things, and I'm just excited about the fact that you guys going to have some more information to look at and research, and we're going to be expanding the House of Reawakening Minds for 2024, getting all this information together for everybody. So I'm just excited. I can't wait to come. I mean, 19 more days, I'm there. So y'all get y'all tickets and come on in.
Neo Venus said Dr. G used to rap in her past life. I actually look now. You made me talk to him. I actually was a DJ. I was called Lady D. I was a DJ and a singer in a band. I really
Mhm.
was, but I wasn't a rapper. I was a. But if I was, it was no. I was in this life. I was a DJ, but
Uh-huh.
in the previous life, did they have rap?
They probably did. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
rap
it
to
was
me is like,
Christian word. All right.
yeah.
Okay, look, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We about to go, y'all. All
Okay.
right. We love
Cut.
you. We cut. We going out of here. we are leaving to right
Great
now.
God.
We thank you so much.
I love you.
Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G.